in the Paizo-verse. Welcome to our one-off stream of Headshot the Rot, which is a brand new one-off adventure released by Paizo. It is super cool. It is zombies and guns and Western themed. It's all good stuff. But before we get to all of that, let's introduce some of the people who will be playing this adventure with me. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing?
Hey!
Hello.
What's up?
Did someone say guns? I'm in!
Yeah, guns in my Pathfinder? Who would have thought?
We did,
But indeed,
You got Pathfinder in my guns.
Tonight we've got Adam Conn with us. We've got Nathan Ondracek, Michelle Wynn Bradley, and somebody I've never had the joy of playing with, but I'm super excited to play with tonight. It is Chelsea Bytes. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Everybody good? Everybody feeling good?
Feeling so good. So good.
It's actually been a minute since I have done a streamed game. Like, I feel like I have to shake the cobwebs off, get into it.
You'll get
Are you taking a purposeful break? Was that on purpose?
Yeah, everything that I do is on purpose. This is a very carefully crafted and controlled persona.
After destroying so many PCs, he needed just to take a breath.
Yeah,
It's true.
I mean, you can only do so much damage before you just gotta walk away for a minute, hang out on the beach. I got nothing else for you except a game. Y'all just want to play a game? That's all I can do. That's all I have for you is a game. Y'all want to play a game? I will say,
Games are fun.
we're going to play some Pathfinder. We're going to play with the new Guns and Gears rules. We've got 4 gunslingers coming at you. This is just Gunslinger Fest, all right? Everybody's playing a gunslinger. It's gunslingers all day. This is going to be crazy. Very excited about it. And I will say that we will be taking a break about halfway through this show. And during that break, there's going to be a live interview with some very special guests. So stick around during the break if you can afford to. Unless you really absolutely need to get up and get a snack, you're going to want to see what the interview
Not really
is.
selling it, huh? This is a real soft sell in this intermission.
I'm telling you right now, you're gonna really want to be here for that interview. So stick
Unless you're
around.
hungry a little bit.
There you go. See, Chelsea,
Dog.
take over.
Unless you
There
feel
go.
like it.
Just switch.
Dog.
Yeah, just switch the.
Look, if you need a
Yeah,
snack,
Chelsea,
take the
you're
TV
running
with
this
you.
now. I'm just going to chill. This is your game.
Hey,
now.
you know
do it.
what? Hey, we can make up a quick sandbox. Hey, everybody, it's a Chelsea Bytes crash stream. We're gonna be playing some Pathfinder 2e, some gunslingers. We're gonna shoot. All right, everybody, roll that dice. Initiative.
Yes,
Let's go.
I did it. I won. I win. I won
I
Pathfinder.
got 12.
We did it. No, we got to bring
I
it back.
wasted a
to
really
little
good
Jim
roll.
Jam. No. Come on, don't. See, I have too much power. We're wasting rolls. Jim Jam. Let's get to it.
All right, let's do it. Let's play some Pathfinder for real. Deep within the Mana Wastes stands the city of Alkenstar. Haunted by twisted mutants and located between 2 rival wizard nations, Alkenstar defends itself by pushing the envelope with technological weaponry. Most prominent among them, the firearm. From the gun-toting shield marshals to crafty dwarven snipers, the people of Alkenstar hold their own in a dangerous world. In one dusty corner of Alkenstar, the Powder Horn offers a spot for factory workers and wandering gunslingers alike to cool their heels and wash the dust from their mouths. The bar is mostly empty at present, but as the workday comes to a close, it is likely to fill up soon. Beating the rush of local workers are 2 strangers. One, a massive, broad-shouldered human man. Michelle, tell us about who steps through the open doorway of this fine drinking establishment.
What you're looking at here is a fine specimen of a big dude. Name's Booker Carr. Used to be a pirate. Didn't really like that shit too much. So I started hanging out with Doc Featherton?
Yeah, you got it. Whatever you
With
want me
the
to
Doc
be.
here. Alright, yeah, real saucy. And, I'm, found out that I'm pretty good with guns. And, good at making munitions. And, I make a better wall than a door. There's an expression about that, right? Something about being a wall. You make a better door than a wall, a wall than a door?
Door than a window.
Okay. I don't know.
Yes.
Listen, hey, I don't know. Are they called idioms? That good.
That's all.
And that's Booker. Do you want me to talk about my abilities and stuff, or are we just doing a quickie here? A quick review.
We're just doing a quickie. We can get into abilities as they become relevant.
And I'm
because
back in
alongside,
character, and I'm Booker Carr. Yes.
yes, an excellent door, window, or wall, whichever one is appropriate. Alongside Booker is a woman. She doesn't have the sheer bulk of her companion, but from the easy way she moves and the 2 pistols on her hips, one just might assume she's the more dangerous of the 2. So Chelsea, what can you tell us about our second gunslinger?
Well, howdy everyone. My name is Doc Featherton. And yes, you may refer to me as Doc. Unless we're friends like we are here with my friend Booker, he can call me Feather. But you can refer to me as Doc, as I said. Now, I have a very, very wide gaze and a wonderful sweep to my hips as I stride through any battlefield, and I will mow you down. But there's no problems here. I always take care of my friends, and I like to make sure that they're in tip-top shape in battle. So, along with my very beautiful and wonderful outfits and my very, very curly hair, I move like a whirlwind, a hurricane, if you will, in anywhere we go. And that's me, Doc Featherton.
Confident. I like it. So you are both here at the Powderhorn on invitation of a potential employer, a man who didn't offer a name, but gave you a time and a place to meet. He told you to look for a green suit. Also mentioned that there were 2 others who would be along for the ride. You don't see anyone in a green suit at present, but there are plenty of empty tables for you to get settled. Just as you do, 2 more figures, who must be your potential co-workers, enter the Powderhorn. One is a goblin with some god-awful contraption one might vaguely recognize as a firearm strapped to his back. It is presently full of knives. Nathan, who is this odd fellow?
Yeah, hi, my name is Zach. I'm Zach, and I am an adventurer that many people should definitely be hiring. I want adventure because I could be a hero. I come with many different traits, including the ability to construct fine firearms such as the spoon gun. This is a great gun. It shoots the spoons. I think that you would definitely want to be using it in the future. Again, spoon gun for sale, nowhere yet, but I'm also looking for the places to sell them. It's my own design. No one else could do this because I'm a genius.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly.
Very genius. Absolutely.
Yep. And this
Just behind Zach. Just behind Zach is a more reserved-looking figure, pointed ears and solid colored eyes marking the elf, and an elaborate, beautifully carved piece on her back that looks like it could be a musical instrument just as easily as a weapon. This elf makes a sharp contrast to her goblin companion. Last but not least, Adam Conn. Who are we dealing with here?
Yeah, hello. So you're dealing with Zinderale. Very stoic. Not one that really talks like a lot or anything. She does have actually like this giant, what looks like almost like a metal tree sitting upon her back. Very sparkly. Very, very, very green eyes as well too. Does as soon as she walks in, you actually see her. She's like looking around all over the place. Not saying much, just letting Zach walk in front of her, her little green companion, kind of scoping out around everything, looking back and forth, looking for whom we're actually looking for. And all this stoicness actually comes from as well too, the way that she carries herself. She's wearing all this armor as well too, braces upon her hands, and she's also got a cuirass on, well protected. Looks like she's very well refined in the arts and everything of like shooting, and very quiet. I'm standing still. Notice that.
Absolutely still. So you make your way into this dusty watering hole, looking around. You all know that you're supposed to meet the man in a green suit, a nameless man, but you don't see him. You do, however, spot each other, and one gunslinger always recognizes another. You know that there's a good chance each group knows that the other is definitely the others that were mentioned in your invitation. There is a half-elf woman behind the bar serving drinks. There's only a few other patrons currently in the bar. The workday hasn't quite ended yet, so it's just before the big rush. What do you guys do?
I lean over to Booker and I say, these are some strange co-workers we have this time around.
Oh, you mean those two over in the corner? You think those
Yeah,
are
that one.
our teammates?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, you
One
two!
has a...
Are you two here for the job also?
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
You're
Hello.
here with the job?
Little child with knives. Are you good?
Child.
Mm.
I don't believe that you
Not a
would actually
child.
call him a child. No, Zach, keep your mask up. They want to see your face.
I know.
No, he's not a
Look,
child. Zach, and walk over and just like try to grab it and like try to yank it up and like try to keep his thing open for him. You're like, there you go. Yes, we're here for the job with both of you. Yes,
Oh.
Cool.
Zinderell, and this is my little friend Zach.
Hi.
Oh, it's nice to meet you both. Well, I think we have a doozy ahead of us, so just make sure if you have a scratch or anything, just holler to me. Okay?
Holler to you. Why would that be?
Scratch.
I just want to make sure you're not hurt or whatever. No?
Oh, that's quite
I'm
kind of
very
you. Thank
good.
you.
No, Doc's very good at healing, and you should not make fun of her healing abilities unless you want to die here as well.
Wow, that's a little more
So,
straightforward,
you're
eh?
right.
Yeah,
Well.
you two just keep to your side, and we'll keep to ours.
Oh, so we're
It was
like
in
playing
the-
against teams then. Alright, that sounds good.
Sure. What? I think if you don't die, you win. That sounds good.
Sounds about right.
That's my favourite
Booker's
game.
really competitive, alright? So don't take it personal. Real competitive.
Oh,
I got 5 silver that we get hurt last.
Throws 5 silver down on the table.
You throw 5 silver down? I'll throw down 5 silver. I'm a betting woman.
Now hold
Booker does
on, you
nothing.
can't fix yourself and say you didn't get hurt. That's cheating.
yeah, don't be cheating. As
I
I've
can't.
flipped five silver on the table too.
Alright, but Booker, we got a pod. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. I know you told me back then that we weren't supposed to be gambling, but they just slapped it down so fast.
That's good. You are your own person. That's great. I don't have any money, so I was gonna just do a bet with our words. It's fine. It's fine.
I
It's
like
not
a
as
good
much
dare
as just
too.
a pride.
Oh well, you could put that piece of yours in the bet pile if you want to.
No, I'm good.
Oh, yeah, that's real. That's bold. I don't know if I'd even do that. Do we
No, I
see
can
two
just,
people
not.
across the way? Who are these 2 people watching us from across the tables over there?
Oh, you're already
Oi!
on
What
the
are you
map,
two
aren't
staring
you?
at?
Oh, I am.
Actually, Doc, would you make a little perception check?
I absolutely will.
A lot of yelling.
All right. I know. I kind of rushed that just a little bit.
No, you're good.
I absolutely got a 17.
17. So not only do you notice that there are 2 other patrons in the bar, but ever since you walked in, one of them, a woman with sort of short blonde hair, she has been eyeing you. Not in a friendly way.
Oh.
You don't really recognize her, and you're not sure why, but she seems to recognize you, and she's just been kind of giving you the stink eye the whole time. And you could tell it's specifically you. Like, she doesn't really care too much about your companions. Doesn't appear to be armed. Looks like probably a local worker, but she's definitely giving you the eye.
Now, ma'am, do you have a problem with me? You've been giving me the eye since I walked into this establishment, and I would need you to go ahead and speak up.
Yeah. They call you Doc, don't they?
They sure do.
Yeah. I heard about you.
Mm.
Cousin of mine once, you dug a bullet out of his leg. Was sort of a minor wound, but, well, he died. And they say that it wasn't from the shot. It wasn't until you started digging around that the real bleeding started.
I wonder where you'd have heard that from. You know, doctors, we have this reputation, and a lot of us get sued, but that's because a lot of y'all just have these hurt feelings, and I understand that since you were family, you still rubbed raw. But I did the best I could. And I'm gonna definitely like role play a name here. And I'll never forget Jerry. Alright. Jerry didn't deserve what he got. But I promise you I did my best.
Well, it seems like your best. Opened up an artery in his leg. She sort of like, she finishes her drink and sort of gives an eye to the rest of you at the table and says, if this is the one who's supposed to be taking care of you, well, I'd watch out. And then she just leaves. Takes off.
The hazard of war. The casualty of the profession.
Do you want me to follow that lady and kill her? No.
Oh, no.
Yes?
No. I appreciate
okay.
that, Booker. That's so sweet, but no. You know, that's how it is. You lose family and you take it out on anybody who moves or breathes. But don't worry. I have all intentions. You have the best care you could possibly be looking for down here in these parts.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. Let's get out of here. It's time to get on this job.
We gotta wait for the person.
Oh, are we waiting for them? I'm so impatient.
Guy in
You
green.
know?
Yeah, there's a man in green we want to look for.
In fact, as you're talking about the person, a shadow darkens the doorway, and a man in a green suit steps through. He tips his hat to the bartender and then makes his way right over to your table. Oh, apologies for my tardiness. I thank you for coming. I have a proposition that I'm confident is going to be worth your time. The man in the green suit sits down, leans in closer to you and with a conspiratorial look on his face. Says, now, I have no doubt that storied gunslingers such as yourselves have heard of the sunken city beneath the sands, civilization buried beneath the mono-wastes with treasures untold and, more importantly, unclaimed. A legend, many say, a foolish tale for children, except that I have the precise location, a map taken from an unimpeachable source. Even with the map, of course, there's going to be greater danger than anything you've ever faced. Beasts so terrifying that hardened soldiers would quiver in their boots, strange magic warping reality beyond mortal comprehension. Anyone who goes after this treasure may well never return. But the rewards, a fraction of what lies within the sunken city beneath the sands, could not be spent in 10 lifetimes, and I'm offering even shares to anyone who helps me reach it. Now, I can show you my proof, and we can discuss the details of our deal, but first, I want to know, are each of you in, or are you out?
I look over to Booker.
If you're in,
Damn,
I'm in. Don't care for that small green thing, but there's money involved, we could use it.
And Booker's
There's
in,
something on
I'm
my
in
note.
too. You got something all over you.
I think it's his face. Just looks like that.
I think so too. It's
Hey, Cindy,
unfortunate.
you wanna do this, and then we'll just do better, and then win more treasure.
Oh, of course we're going to do better. Well, wouldn't we? But yes, Zach, totally down for it. My little green goblin friend. That's right. That's what he is. He's a goblin. Be
Thank
nice.
Pretty easy
Welcome.
work.
And just scratches him behind the ear.
Aw.
So it's not your pet then.
No, he's not a pet.
No.
I was about to
No.
say. I was like, you let your pet walk around with a bag of knives? That's curious.
It's technically
Well,
a gun of knives. Well, I guess I do have a
Yeah.
bag of knives too. And spoons.
And
I look
spoons.
over to the green suited man and I say, I guess we're all in.
Excellent. This is the beginning of the rest of our lives. Wait here. I'm going to get us around to celebrate, and then we'll begin talking strategy, and I can answer any questions you may have. So the man in the green suit gets up from the table. He heads over to the bar, leaving you to ponder the offer. Treasure beyond what you can imagine, he says, and you have pretty active imaginations. Your lives just might change forever if this guy has what he says he has. And at that moment, the door to the saloon is darkened again by a slouched figure who stumbles into the bar. He's wearing an expensive, sharp suit that looks like it would be far more suited to a classy restaurant than a dusty watering hole like this. But something isn't quite right with him. This newcomer sort of stumbles forward as if already drunk, bumps up against your new employer, and then just grabs him by the jacket. And then, before even you, with all of your skill and lightning reflexes, can react, this well-dressed drunk leans in and bites the man in the green suit right in the throat, hard, and blood sprays everywhere, and people scream, chaos erupts, and even as all this is happening, several more very well-dressed people stumble through the saloon door. Seeing their sunken eyes and their pale flesh, everything suddenly clicks into place. They're zombies, and it's time to roll initiative.
Yeah!
Zombies already!
Zombies already!
Ooh, nice. Oh, that's
Wow,
good.
I'm really killing it.
Articulate. That'd be good.
This is with perception, right? There's no stealth
This is
happening.
perception.
All right. I've got a 10 total. I'll put myself in the tracker here. Oh, I
All
can't.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Zach up at a 25.
Yeah, baby!
I got a 26.
26 for Zinderel.
Yes.
And then Doc, what are we looking at?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 for Doc. Alright, you see quite a few of these shambling, stumbling creatures make their way into the powder horn. People are trying desperately to get away from them. Your employer is now lying on the floor, just like in a pool of his own blood. The zombie that bit his throat drops him and is looking around and spots the four of you standing there. All of the zombies are now looking right at you. Now, as part of rolling initiative, as gunslingers, you guys are all super, super quick on the draw, so make sure that you take into account your initiative abilities. Zinderel, what happens with you on initiative?
So, technically, for my initiative specialty to work, I need to be rolling for stealth, but since we're not stealthy, mine does not kick into effect on this time. So, unfortunately, I'm just standing there looking at things as it's happening.
You still get a full turn, so you get your
I
3
do.
actions regardless. What are you going to do?
I do. So, Zinderel, she had this giant hunk of a thing on her back, and it kind of looks like a giant cross almost. So she actually reaches back and pulls it off, and she's like, "All right, Barky Bark, let's go." That's right, I call it Barky Bark because it is what we call a mithril tree. And she's going to take aim at the zombie that shot our employee, or that beat our employer, and she's going to take a shot at it. And you hear it go off at a kaboom! Oh, that is going to be, well, all right. With my first attack, that's going to be a 16.
16 is a hit. These zombies are very slow and easy to hit. Go ahead and roll damage for that attack.
Right, going to roll some damage. That is going to be 7 points of piercing damage on top of
7
that.
points damage. You see a chunk of the zombie's shoulder go flying off, exposing bone underneath. You've got 2 more actions. Or no,
So
one
I'm
more
going to go
action,
ahead.
'cause you
Yes.
drew, and then, yeah.
Yes. I had to draw. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to duck under the table, and I'm going to do my quick reload, so I can basically hide. And while I hide, I can also reload at the same time for covered reload.
Very nice. So you can combine the reload with taking cover. Excellent. Zinderel acts with lightning quick precision, and then Zach, you're not far behind. Do you get to do anything cool with your initiative?
I do. So not only did I get an initiative bonus, I get to interact and draw my one-handed firearm, the spoon gun.
The spoon gun's
so I now
already
have
in his
that.
hands.
And I get to move 10 paces. So I get to move 10 feet. So since Zindarel's behind me shooting, I'm just gonna be smart and get my body out of the way and kind of get behind this table and
Nice.
level off at the guy.
All right, are you
Gonna get
firing at
behind
the same
table,
one?
level off. Yes, I'm gonna fire the same at the same guy
Because that's my boss, and I really want to know where that treasure is. I'm coming, boss!
and with a 22.
22 is not just a hit, but a critical hit.
Oh, there it goes.
Alrighty.
So let's see, reading through. Not a okay, so I just get my D6, and then I get to double it.
Yep. Now, just
Alright,
out of
so-
curiosity, because
No.
I know that the spoon launcher, the spoon gun, is modular, meaning that you can choose what type of damage it's set to. So what type of damage, piercing, slashing, or bludgeoning, would it have been set to before you drew it?
That is a good question. I think, well, it was a spoon launching forward. I feel like I loaded spoons. I was loaded
Okay.
for spoons. So what do we as a group think that a spoon would do while flying at you straight on?
Guess it
Hurt
would
bludgeoning
pierce you?
damage.
Bludgeoning
I get-
would that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like let's go bludgeoning at first just to say, and then I'll start rolling for what's loaded.
Okay, you can change it. So with the modular gun, you can change what type of damage it does every round. Like you use one action to change the type of damage. So you get to choose. So
So I'll say it's bludgeoning right now, and I'll see what that does.
gotcha.
And if I want to do something more, then I'll change it up. So
Gotcha.
the total for this was 5. Doubled
5
is
points of damage.
Doubled is 10. I also
Yep.
doubled the +1, right?
That's correct. Yeah, you double the whole damage total there.
So technically, it's a total of 12 damage.
12 points of damage, and the zombie that is covered in your employer's blood falls to the ground. Unfortunately, at the doorway, you see a whole slew of other zombies that look like they're about ready to make their way inside. However, before they can do that, I believe you've got two more actions, because you get to draw as part of your initiative. So you've got 2 more actions.
Yep. So what we're going to do is have some fun. Yeah, that's 25. Would I hit the lady if I shoot at those guys?
No, you do have. I believe the spoon gun does have the scatter property, but it is around your target, not just anything in your way. So
Yes.
I'd say I will give them a +1 bonus to their AC because you have to avoid hitting her, and she's kind of in the way a little bit. So
I think that is more than fair. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'm just going to do what's called a risky reload.
Love
Because
it.
why not? Risky
Yep.
reload. I essentially get to reload and fire in the same turn. As long as I hit, it doesn't go poorly.
Nice.
I will say that I still set for bludgeoning because the first shot went so well. So
Mhm.
come on. Let's see. That plus that minus that is 15.
15 is a hit. It's not pretty, but spoons are like sticking right out of the zombie's flesh.
And total of 4 damage.
4 points of damage. Now, you also do have the scatter property on that weapon. What is the
Yes.
radius? Is it 5 feet?
5 feet.
5 feet. So every every creature within 5 feet of your target is also going to take a little bit of splash damage as spoons ricochet off your target and into everyone else around. And that other zombie just behind your primary target is going to take 1 point of splash damage. And I believe you still have 1 action left.
Technically, I do.
Dang.
Now,
How would I have seen them get extra hurt or not by this? Because that's the whole point of this gun, is to try and hone in on a...
Right, it doesn't look like you haven't noticed anything that would indicate that the bludgeoning, there's spoons sticking out of the zombie, but it doesn't look like do anything extra. You could, if you wanted to, also use your third action to make a religion check if you wanted to try to recall knowledge about zombies and see if you know anything about them. Otherwise, you can just do whatever.
I'm going to roll to see if I would go, because I don't think I'm smart in that way. I'm a great builder, not a thinker. They're different. So I am going to roll to see if I would just go with piercing or slashing. High being piercing. So high is piercing.
Okay.
So it's set for
switch
piercing.
Right, so that's an interact action to switch it, and now from here on, until you switch it again, you'll be doing piercing damage, but that was your third action for the round.
cool. I'm done now.
Nice. All right. After Zach, it is the Doc's turn. You see these zombies streaming in. One of them just bit the throat out of your newest employer, and he does not look like he is going to make it, but you've got other things to worry about right now. What do you do? And what did you get to do as part of your initiative?
Absolutely. Well, one of my abilities is that I can just walk into the fray. So I always have my hands close to my holsters. So I can go ahead and just draw one of my one-handed range weapon. And then I can go ahead and draw another as well. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to walk forward about 10 paces. So,
all right.
Yeah, I'm going to stride on in. And I want to get right by that table. And I'm going to use my dueling pistol to shoot at one of these zombies that's walking in. And with that...
All right.
That is... Ooh, that's a 30.
Well, that's certainly a critical hit. that is absolutely a critical hit.
That hits. Wow. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and roll... Oof! Wow. I might roll that in here. Let's do that. All right. 2d6. And this is fatal, so my dueling pistol has fatal damage. So I believe we replace that. We do a 1d10, and then on top of that, so it'll be a 2d6
so
plus.
Normally your weapon damage is 1d6, but because you have fatal d10 on a critical, you increase it to a d10 damage. So you're gonna roll your damage as normal, double it, and then after you double it, roll an additional d10 to add as bonus damage.
Absolutely. And here we go. So we got that, and then we got that. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, that's a lot of damage. That's 21 points of damage.
21 points of damage. You blow a hole right in between the zombie's eyes, and its head just explodes, and it drops to the ground.
Thank you. Yep. I'm just here to do my job.
You still have 2 more actions because it was only 1 action to attack, and everything else you did was free as part of your initiative. So
I'm kind of just, I look at my gun and I'm like, wow, you've never done that before. And then I'll walk over a little closer so I want to get about 20 feet away from the next zombie so I can use my other pistol. And I'm going to roll to hit for that. So this should be my last action.
Yep, you stride forward, getting yourself in a nice lined up for your next shot, and then there's a zombie standing right outside the door that you can blast.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit. It's not quite as impressive as your first shot, but you got him.
Well, yeah. Well, you can't miss a 30, you know? All right. And then I go ahead and do 6 points of damage for that last hit. It does scatter. Has a 5-foot scatter. Yeah.
Yep, and that's going to hit 3 other zombies that are making to shuffle on into this tavern. All get blasted with ricochets and extra damage. 1 point.
Oh, very nice.
Actually, no, 2 points because you got a critical hit, so it's 2 points to each of them.
And that's the end of Doc's turn.
End of Doc's turn, which takes us finally one of these poor slow zombies' turns. They've been waiting patiently, and now they're going to come forward and try to chow down. One of them is going to slowly shuffle about 15 feet forward, right towards Doc, and it is going to reach out with a rotting hand and try to claw at your flesh. So against your AC, Doc, I've got a natural 1, which is a critical failure. So it just sort of like stumbles over the chair that is in between you and it, and it almost falls right over, but doesn't quite. It had to stride forward to do that, and then attack, and zombies are slow forever. So they only get 2 actions every round, and I've wasted that zombie's actions. There is one other zombie that is going to get to go before Booker, and it is also going to stumble forward. Let's see. It enters the tavern and starts making its way up to Zach. But unfortunately, it's going to have to move 2 strides to get up to Zach. So even though it's right in front of your face, it can't do anything else. It took all of its actions just to get to where it is. Then another one is going to come up 1 stride forward, stumbles through the doorway, gets right up next to Doc Featherton, and lashes out with a bony, rotting claw. A little bit better, but a 14 I don't think is going to get you, Doc.
No, it doesn't.
The final zombie doesn't get to go just yet because it is Booker's turn.
Alright, lot of zombies. This is weird. Don't remember seeing much of these anywhere else. As part of my initiative, I have already drawn my firearm. I pull it out from under my red sash. It's a really, really big gun. It's a dwarven scatter gun, so it's sort of got like a little array of little holes that doesn't shoot in one direction. It sort of goes in a scatter. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and move first to right here, because you don't mess with the duck. And I'm gonna go ahead and shoot real quick here with my. Well, actually, hold on. Question. The scattergun does do a range scatter of 10 feet, so I'd have to shoot like somewhere else? Okay. Copy that. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna move. Let me measure this real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Why is all this? Roll 20. Stop. I'm sorry. I've zoomed in. There's things happening. I'm trying to move. I promise you, this is not just Aaron clicking. Okay, amazing. There's something very screwy. So I'm gonna go ahead and just move my guy right here. I'm trying to see.
Okay.
I'm having a technical issue where I can't see the screen right now. It's very fun. Basically, we're trying to move somewhere where if I shoot, the scatter won't hit somebody else.
So the issue with the scatter. The issue with the scatter is that your primary target takes your weapon damage, and every creature within the radius around whatever it is going to take some of that damage. So it's really not about the angle; it's about the positioning of other creatures around it. Now you can get up there and you can, I believe you have the reinforced stock, so you can just try to bash the zombie, or you can just fire and Doc's gonna get a little bit scratched up, and that just happens. It's only 1 point of damage per weapon die, so you're only dealing 1 point of scatter damage. It's not like you're gonna kill her, but you know, I mean, you are gonna hurt.
I'm back up a little bit. I mean, the audience can't see what I'm doing on this roll 20. It's very good. I remember that I have this scatter. So instead, I decide to shoot at this one over here.
Nice.
It's next to Zek.
What the heck?
So
That
anyway,
doesn't count as
it's
me
fine.
getting hurt.
We didn't set the rules. I don't really know. That is
It's
an 18 to hit.
hazard. Yeah.
Mhm.
18 is going to hit. And what is the scatter radius?
10 feet.
10 feet. Now, I am loath
Come
to remind you that you have moved
fine.
yourself within 10 feet of your target.
It's fine.
So you're going to
I
take
take
1
it.
point of
Okay.
damage.
It's fine.
And so
Nothing
is
matters
Zach.
anymore.
But you
Doesn't
can
matter.
go
No,
ahead
I'm
and roll
okay
your
with it.
damage for your dwarven scattergun.
That's 5, 6, 7 damage.
7 points of damage. Nice.
And does this zombie suffer anything concussive because does it have a resistance or immunity to damage from this weapon, or no?
No. So the concussive property isn't going to matter for these zombies. If they were resistant or immune to bludgeoning or piercing, only their weaker resistance or immunity would apply. But they've got neither, so they're just going to just take it to the face, and you definitely just blast a chunk of this zombie into the wall. It is hurting pretty bad, but. Zag and Booker, you both are going to take 1 point of scatter damage. So is this poor innocent lady, who was also 10 feet away, who was just hanging out having a quiet drink, and she now has pieces of shrapnel in her face. But
I
you know
have
what? Hey, that's
personally,
Let's
I
go
have
out.
personally not checked how many feet each square is somehow.
5 feet
She
per
should've
square.
covered
So
You should have ran and hid under a table anyway. I know she saw those zombies.
it's true. It's
Yeah,
really her fault.
a lot of things happened. It definitely wasn't my fault. I planned for this for sure. Okay, so I have 1 action left, I believe.
Yeah, you
Wild
should
over
have
here.
1 action left.
And I do have the feat warning shot. However, I do have to ask this question about warning shot also. Is this an AoE where everyone gets demoralized, or just who I choose? Because the
Just your
warning
target
is a
would.
little cool.
Unfortunately,
so the
though,
range-
you would have
yes.
to reload your weapon. Because all of the weapons have a reload of 1, so they're going to cost 1
Right.
action to reload. Now, there is typically you have reload actions that allow you to combine reloading with somebody else with something else. So there might be a way for you to
Right.
combine reloading with a different thing, but I don't think warning shot is going to work for you this turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and just move again as my last action. Does that sound cool?
Sure.
Are we good with
Love
this
it.
or no? Okay. And I'm just gonna get up to this buddy to see if I can absorb some of the action.
Right.
That's
right
my
up next
turn.
to the zombie. At that point, it is the final zombie's turn. This zombie is going to shuffle forward. Let's see if I can get anywhere good. Yep. I can get right up next to this poor lady that just took some shrapnel to the face. And instead of going for Doc, this zombie is going to try to kill the civilian. Grabs onto her, pulls her close, and just bites her face off. And she's screaming and bleeding. And then the screaming subsides as she's just twitching on the ground. She dies in a pool of her own blood. That is the end of the round. However, you all notice something quite frightening and quite strange begin to happen. Your former employer, who was just lying there in a pool of his own blood, begins to twitch. And as you watch, he sort of like half sits up and then rises to his feet. His skin is pale, he's covered in his own blood, and his eyes are completely blank. It is quite clear that he has become one of the undead. And he rises to join the combat.
Boss.
You also see that outside there are more shuffling forms moving past the windows, coming for that open door, and you can see that the battle is about to be joined very soon by far more creatures than you may be able to handle. But now we're at the top of the next round. And at the top of that round, it is time for Zinderel to show us what he can do.
Yeah, so we got one next to Zach, and we've got all these ones as well too. I'm gonna pop up from where I'm at, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a crack shot at the one right next to Zach.
Alrighty.
Take a shot, save my little friend. That is gonna be a 22.
22 is a critical hit.
22 is a critical hit, so let's blast it away. That is going to be 7 points to that one right there.
Excellent. Is your weapon fatal?
Oh yes, my weapon is fatal.
Yeah, so you may have actually done a lot more damage than that.
I actually did. Yeah, let's try that again. Well, not much more. 12 points of damage.
Did you double your damage for the crit?
I did. I rolled really low.
Ah. Well, that was a pretty beat up zombie, thanks to Booker's blast from the scattergun, and that is just enough to put one right between its ears. The bullet passes right through whatever's left of its brain, and it falls to the ground. Leaving
I feel like I've never heard that
friend.
saying before. Like, it's right between the eyes is the usual saying, but it wasn't that exact, so it was just somewhere between the ears.
Well, I figure
like
it's
the
the
more
side of
general-
his head. Like, through the ears,
okay.
one side or the other, yeah. I might have just said the wrong thing, but that's what I was imagining.
So
I
for my
felt
second
it.
action,
Understood.
I'm going to go ahead and duck back down and reload. And then for my third
Alright.
action, I'll pop back up. And then I want to do a covered shot on this zombie. So basically, Jim, you get to choose if he's going to try to dodge my bullet or not.
I mean,
Because he
zombies
technically
are
has cover
slow.
from me from that zombie. Okay, good.
Yeah, you're exactly correct. But he's slow. He doesn't even have the ability to use reactions. There's no way he's dodging anything. So
Okay, good. So that just means I'm just going to get an additional +1 on this zombie right here next to Doc.
nice.
Well, maybe if I didn't drop my die on the ground. I lost it. Oh, there it is. All right, here we go. Ooh, that is a 28.
That is another critical hit.
Nasty. Very nasty. Oh my goodness, still rolling bad. Only 7 points. I'm rolling like the lowest on everything right now. So yeah, so it'll just be onto that one right there. 7 points, piercing as I guess clip it in the shoulder, take off a little bit of meat, and that is the end of my turn.
All right, so you blast away another chunk of this zombie. It is still standing, but you've certainly dealt quite a bit of damage to it. After that, it's Zach. You just watch the zombie right in front of you get dropped by your friend Zinderel, but there are more on the way. What do you do?
I can see them, like, through the window.
Yeah, you can see, like, outside, there's this, they're all just shambling past the windows towards the open door.
Does the, like, is the door such that I, like, have a free ability to lock it from the inside, or is that, like, a key thing that I would need to get?
Make a quick perception check. I won't even call it a seek action. We'll just say a free one for you.
Let's see. Perception. Where'd you go? Perception. Up at the top. 15.
15. It doesn't look like the door would lock, but you do see there are two divots on either side of the door where it can be barred. You don't see the bar, but you know that the bartender, who is currently cowering behind the bar itself, may have an answer for you.
Okay. I'm gonna say,
Thanks, Z! We gotta close the door!
and then I'm gonna. The door's at least swung open inside, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to 3 actions. I'm going to move to the door.
Okay.
Am I able to grab one of the chairs that's at the table where Doc is and
You wanna try
shove
to
it under
brace
the door?
Yeah. Sure.
So I'm gonna do that. Kind of do that whole underneath the door shove.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna kind of sit on the chair, rapid reload, and just shoot into this crowd of zombies.
Okay. So yeah, you stride over, you prop the chair up. That's an action, and then you turn around and blast. With the risky reload, that would only be one action. So yeah, you've got it. Go ahead and make
All right,
your
here's
attack. Which one is your primary target?
I'm gonna say it's. I gotta get the thing here. This guy right there.
All right, there's a zombie standing there. That's the one that just dropped the poor civilian.
Yeah. Gotta avenge that civilian who had a name that we'll never know.
It was very important, critical to the story. Now she's dead.
Right?
Oops.
All right.
Sorry about this! And I blast. And that's a 23.
23 critical hits.
Yes.
All right. Roll my d6. Oh, that's sad. It was a 1.
Oh no.
So that's 3. We determined piercing damage now.
Yep.
And then +1 to, or +2. Wait, sorry, that was a critical hit. So that's 4 damage, and then 2 to
4
all the
points
surrounding.
damage. 2 to all the surrounding, including Doc. You're gonna take another
That's right.
blast from a scatter weapon.
Oh! Ah! It hurts!
Doc.
It was forks.
Speaking of Doc, it is your turn. You've got 3 zombies like right up in your business. Booker's right behind you. What do you do?
I can walk. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. First thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and use my reloading strike on this zombie right here. And
Ooh, okay.
I just wanna go ahead and reload while I smack them in the face. So
Nice. I believe you've got the bayonet on one of your guns, correct?
I absolutely do, and that's what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use my agile finesse weapon. Smack him in the face. Ooh. It's a 14 hit.
14 barely does it.
Oh, thank goodness. All right, so I smack him in the face. It's just a simple 1d4. But I also get, full 4 points of damage. And it's piercing. And I just get to reload my gun. So when that happens, I want to go ahead. Can I move right here?
You can.
Yeah. I'm going to just move right here. Maybe, I'd like to move away, but I don't want to get smacked. Because I move and I notice that our employer has been reanimated. So I want to go ahead and shoot at this one right here. And
the one right in front of you. All right.
Yeah, and just to call it out, I went ahead and I reloaded my dragon mouth pistol.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and shoot with that because I did it in a hurry.
Okay.
I aim my gun and I make a 17. I'm sure that hits.
Oh, it sure does.
All right, and I'm gonna roll that d6. I put in 3 points of damage. It has a scatter of 5.
Scatter of 5. Doc, you are once again in the scatter radius of a weapon. This time, your own weapon.
Oh
You
my
are gonna
gosh!
take 1
shot
point of scatter
myself.
damage.
It's okay, I did that
No,
on my
it
turn
was
also.
Gets
well,
in.
Doc gets a little panicked from time to time. It happens. I take that.
God.
I'm like, the shells, they're hot. They burn a little bit. And
So you get a little burn, a little powder burn.
I think that'll be the end of my turn. I reloaded, I moved, and I shot.
Those all sound very reasonable. You do, in fact, drop the zombie that is right in front of you. Its head is obliterated by the scatter shot from the dragon mouth pistol. Some of the bone shards hit you in the face as its head explodes, causing that 1 point of damage to yourself. But it was worth it. It was worth it.
Absolutely. All right.
After Doc, it would normally be my turn, but my zombies that would go before Booker are all dead. So Booker, what have you got for us?
Good.
Oh, brilliant. The problem is, Doc, is that you're within 10 feet of all the zombies, so no matter who I shoot or what I do, you're gonna get a little bit shot. A little bit shot.
It's
I feel
almost
you're
like
getting a little
guns
bit
are
shot.
dangerous.
It's almost like guns are not the simple solution that we thought it was at the beginning of this game. But But if you're cool with it, Doc, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll just
I'm used to
take care
you
of some
just
things.
shooting like that anyway, Booker. Go on ahead.
All right. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is well, they're not really. These guys aren't really in the way, so I'm just gonna go ahead and back up a little bit myself, so that I'm not shooting myself again.
Right.
I'm gonna move.
Runs away. Sorry,
with-
Doc.
Hold on, let me
Bye,
just
friend.
measure this. I need to be 10 feet. No, that's not 10 feet. I gotta move a little farther. It's very confusing. Okay, is this
It's a wide
this-
berth.
Amazing. Okay, I'm strategically putting myself in the corner of this room to shoot anything around me.
That guy right there.
And
One
I'll
in the
use an
middle.
action to reload. And then
All
I'm
right.
gonna shoot this yes, the middle this boy.
The middle
there.
zombie. The one that was
There
just
you go.
up in your face.
Sorry, Doc. It's this is not great. And that's gonna be a 28 to hit.
Critical hits. You've done it.
Kind of a lot of things. Okay,
Bloom.
that's gonna be 4, 5, 6 times 2 is 12 total damage.
12 points of damage, enough to once
Plus
again
the-
explode
Yeah.
the head of one of these zombies like an overripe melon, and then deal some
It's gonna
scatter
do
damage to
scatter
all the
damage
other
to
zombies
Doc.
and Doc.
Is Zack in the way, or is Zack cool?
No,
How are-
Zack is
how are we doing?
because of the one you chose. He is just
Uh-huh.
out of that radius. If you
Damn
had
it, should
targeted
we
the
went
zombie
over?
that was
It's
next
fine.
to it, you would have gotten him. Yeah,
She's like, darn it, I could have hit Zack.
could have got
You
him.
you see Booker go. Amazing, and that's my turn. That's all 3.
It is now the zombies' turn. One of them was supposed to give you a map to one of the greatest treasures in all the land, but instead he steps right up next to Doc and tries to slash her face off. Doc against your ace. Ooh, that's pretty good. That is a 25 against AC.
Oh well, that absolutely hits.
All right, so he slams his fist right into your already scratched up face. And that is going to be 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
How dare you?
I wish I had
Alright.
another action, but I don't with that guy, unfortunately. So the other zombie that had just stumbled through the door is going to step up next to Zack and try to do the exact same thing with a slam
No
against
thanks.
the goblin. Ooh, 23 against your AC,
Michael.
Zack.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that'll
Michael
do
Jordan's
it.
not a thing. All right,
It is
Zack.
everywhere.
Ooh, 7 points of bludgeoning damage, Zack. And now both that zombie is right up in your business. It is the end of the round, and just like your employer, the poor civilian with a rich backstory and an interesting name that we'll never know rises up from a pool of her own blood and joins the fight. A new zombie has ridden. Zack, you can feel the door behind you start to bounce off your back as the zombies are trying to batter their way in. But it looks like because you're there and the door's in place, it's holding firm. It is now the top of the next round,
Now.
and it is Zinderel's turn.
Yeah, so I'm going to move to the opposite side of the door here. I'm going to reload, and I'm going to do covered shot on the one against Zack.
Nice.
I'm assuming he's probably not moving either, so it's going to be a +1
No way.
to
There's
that.
scatter. There's scatter on that one or no?
No, I don't have scatter on mine.
Oh, cool.
Mine
You're
is
the
a
only
straight.
person.
Mine is a straight to the head. That is going to be a 24.
24 critical hits.
Boom! Ooh, that's better. That's going to be 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage, enough to once again drop the zombie that was threatening your friend Zack. There's a neat little
thank you.
hole right in its head. It's
I got you, little
rotten brains
friends.
leaking out of it.
Yeah,
that was
that's me.
2 actions so far, so you've got 1 left.
No, I moved.
Believe.
I reloaded and I shot.
You did, right, okay. Perfect. So that takes us now to Zack's turn. Zack, you can tell if you move, those zombies just might burst through the door, but you spot the barkeep who is now standing there, and she sees what you're doing, and she reaches under the bar, and she has it's an iron bar that would fit in those slots. And she's like getting ready to come over and bar the door so you can move, but you currently would be putting yourself in quite a bit of danger to do that. However, it's up to you. What do you want to do?
Nah, I'm gonna sit here. I'm comfy. I'm gonna take the time to reload.
All right.
Would I have noticed? Did piercing do anything, or should I?
Seems to be the same as bludgeoning. Yeah, piercing and bludgeoning seem to be about the same.
So I'm just gonna adjust, and by adjust, really that just means reach into a different bag. This one has all the knives in it.
Nice.
So I take a bag, fistful of knives. I will load it properly. I'm gonna take my whole action to load. No need to riskify it. And then, well, that'll still hit with a 20.
20 will hit. Not a critical, but it does hit.
Okay. Boom. That's 4 points of slashing damage. I was aiming at the one right there.
The one right there, I believe that for the first time, nobody is taking any scatter damage because you only have 5 feet of scatter. So the zombie you've chosen has no allies next. You could go for the lower one
we all
and
counted.
knock if you wanted to.
Well, we'll see what happens with this one. Maybe I'll have an extra action for that.
Well, you said 4 points of damage?
Yes.
All right, 4 points of damage, and you notice that the knives seem to cut right through this creature's rotting flesh with such ease. You also deal an additional 5 points of damage because it has weakness 5 to slashing. So you just turn this thing into strips of bloody flesh that just fall away from the bone easily. Now the creature is still standing, but you have basically decimated it with that shot. You can tell that knives are the way to go against these zombies.
Well, if that's the case, I've got an extra action. Rapid reload.
Just out of curiosity,
With a
because you had
16 on the. Huh?
I don't think you actually do have another action because you took a full action to reload regular, then you switched the weapon's damage type, which is an action, and then you fired, which is an action.
Oh
So I think that was your
no! I
3.
should have been riskier.
You should have been riskier.
Ah!
It'd be like that.
Oh,
But it
well.
was a
That
good
teaches me for playing it safe. From now on, we're just risky reloading.
Never, ever take your time and do it right.
No.
Never,
It is-
ever.
It is, however, Doc's turn. And Doc, you've noticed it's been a second since you've gotten hit by one of your allies. That must be nice.
Oh, it's amazing. I just read my mind. I'm gonna go ahead and take. Oh, they're right here. I can go ahead and take another reload and strike.
All right.
They're right there. So I'm gonna go and see if I can just smack them up. And I'm gonna smack them again. I think I'm gonna smack them with my bayonet again. Why not? It does a lot of damage. And, All right. Does that hit? 13?
13 does hit. It's not pretty, but it does the job. You managed to stab this thing as you're going to reload your other weapon.
Absolutely. I will, and since I hit anyway, I'm gonna reload my dueling pistol.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll for that damage. 3 points of damage for that reload and strike. I'm gonna take a step back, and I'm gonna aim my pistol at our newly reanimated employer. I'm gonna try to shoot him in the face. All right. Dice don't do me harm. 18.
18 is a hit.
Excellent. All right. 1d6 plus 1. Boom. That is 5 points of damage to the face.
5 points of damage. You stab him, you shoot him. He's still animate. I believe, though, you don't have any more actions to take care of that.
I'm done.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Hopefully Booker can take care of it for you. It is your turn, Booker.
Well, the thing is, I could take care of it, but somebody is 10 feet from the target. So. Everybody is 10 feet within both zombies. I'm in 10 feet, you're in 10 feet, we're all in 10 feet within this guy. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna move. This is out of control. Sorry, boss. And I just.
It's hard
scoot my
being a
butt
big
over here.
guy. I know.
It's more like maybe before we started, we should have all took defensive positions at different corners. But we didn't know. It's our first rodeo as a team, I guess. Maybe in the story. So I think, am I good? Are we good? I see everyone measuring the 10 feet.
Everybody's measuring out. Who are you gonna hit? You get to choose. You get to either do some scatter damage to Zag or to your boss.
You know what I'm gonna do.
Whichever
What I'm
one.
gonna do.
I think I'm safe. I'm
that
at least 20
It's okay
feet.
to get up and just smack
Okay.
somebody in the face.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could just do the hitting, but I really like my gun, so I'm gonna use that. Okay, so I use an action to reload, and I shoot this one right here, and that's gonna be
Alright.
let's see, it's 17 to hit. Does that hit?
Yes, it does. It does indeed.
Okie dokie. And then wonder that's gonna be 3, 4, 5 points of damage with one
5
scatter.
points of damage. With Zach getting a little bit of flack in the back there. Ow! 1 point of damage. Luckily, it's
Zach,
just
Zach,
minor.
some
Like,
flack,
luckily, the
flack.
splash damage is tiny.
Zach, some flack in the backpack.
Back in the backpack. It is the zombie's turn. The zombie that you just shot, Booker, is going to stumble forward 10 feet and try to smack you in the face.
10 feet.
What is it? 18 against your AC, which I believe is no good.
Nope, it's a 20 AC. I'm very tough.
The man
Sort
in
of
the green
slap on the
suit
face.
stumbles forward and tries to get at Doc. Is just chasing her around the room. Doc, there's going to be a 19 against Doc, which I know is just shy of what I needed.
Real
He
close,
also
but
has
no
a
cigar.
AC. Two zombies flailing around uselessly. I believe at this point, you guys, I'm curious. We'll have to see like who did more damage to the heroes at the end of this, whether it was me or whether it was you guys.
Double each other.
We're at the top of the next round. There are no more corpses to rise in here, and it looks like Zach, you're still holding off the horde that's trying to break through. At the end of the round, the bartender shoots across the room and slams that iron bar in place, now effectively blocking off the door, so you are free to move if you want. They won't be able to get through that for quite a long time. And now we're at the top of the next round, and it is Zinderel's turn.
Yeah, it looks like I'm doing okay just standing here. I'm gonna go ahead and reload, and I'll shoot the one that is over on Doc.
All right.
Take a crack shot at that one. 16 on the die. That's gonna be a 28.
28 is a critical hit. You are just picking them off one by one.
Yes, I am. 8 points of piercing damage.
8 points of piercing damage. Once again, right through the head. This one drops to the ground. No longer threatening. Or Doc.
Thank you.
Do you have another action left, or are you done?
You're muted,
I think we can't
sire.
hear you now. I think you got muted.
Sorry.
hear you.
No,
You're good.
yeah, I've got one more left because I just reloaded and I shot. I want to listen in at the door if I can, see if there's anything on the outside of this one.
Sure, make a
Like
perception check.
Only a 13.
13. You hear the sounds of muffled gunfire from outside. You hear the occasional shriek of agony and pain. You hear shuffling feet. And you can tell, like, it's hard to get exact positions and with that, but you know that, like, outside, things are going poorly. It's got to be a mess out there.
Well, I just look at the team and I go, outside it looks like things are going very poorly. So it's not good. And I'm done.
All right, Zach, it is your turn. What do you do?
Don't worry, Booker, I'll save you!
Risky reload.
Just silence from this end.
29 to hit.
Critical hit.
That'll be 10 points to the zombie and then 2 to Booker as knives
Yay,
fly your
wait.
way.
Oh, your scatter is much more powerful than mine. Okay.
It's because
I got a
it's because he
critical.
critically hit. So
I see.
the scatter is based on the
Oh,
number of weapon
one.
damage dice that you roll. So
Oh, copy that. Okay.
crit steal
Woo.
2. You just turn this zombie into strips of bloody flesh. It is a pile of meat on the ground as your knives just shred through it. Booker, you get a couple little scratches, but otherwise you're okay. There is a moment of calm at this point. There are no more zombies inside. All of the corpses around you are still. None of them move, none of them groan, and none of them try to bite you. What do you guys do?
You're all going to lose video of me just for a second. So I'm still here. You're just
Alrighty.
going to lose video.
I am going to start rifling through the green suit man's things.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
there's
gonna be
no
like
way.
climbed up on a table watching.
There's no way I'm about to lose on untold riches. Because of some
That's
zombie.
all ours.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make a perception check as you start patting the body down.
All right. That is an 18.
An 18. You find in one of his pockets a key. And looking at the key, you see it is to a room for an inn located somewhere in Alkenstar. So you probably have a good lead on where he was staying, but you don't see like the map or anything. Like you don't see anything else. He did have a dagger on his belt, and he's got a pouch with 5 gold pieces in it. So he's got a little bit of money, but otherwise he was traveling pretty light. Most of his other stuff probably would have been stashed in his room.
Well, I'm absolutely taking that pouch of gold, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my cure light. I'm gonna take my potion of healing, because why not?
All right.
My
So
minor
Doc
healing
pops
potion.
a potion.
1d8 immediately. I
Yep.
better get the
That's gonna
full
do it.
8. Look at that, full 8. All right, I got 8 points of
Hey.
health back.
Nice.
It's like you never got shot by your friends at all.
At all. It didn't happen, everybody. I'll show them the key and I'll say, I think he was staying out here somewhere. Maybe we should go back and look through his things. But how are we going to get out of here?
Is anybody else doing anything while she's looking over the body?
I think I'll peek out like through the windows here. I don't know if they're boarded up and just see there's some audio there. That's some good audio.
There's some audio going on.
What's up, kids? We're doing great. I'm gonna try to see if I can look out the windows and see what's going on outside on the opposite edge, the opposite end.
Sure.
So like more over here.
Yep. Looking outside. Why don't we go to a slightly different map?
Oh,
As you guys are looking outside, watching the streets. You, Booker. I gotta change some stuff to layers. Okay. So, Booker, you're looking around. You're trying to get a lay of the land, and you can see the streets are full of undead. Some of them are dressed, again, like one thing that you've noticed about a lot of the zombies that just like walked through the door, and some of the ones that are milling about outside, they all looked like they're all dressed up for a night on the town. Some of them, you can tell, are their recent victims who have risen to join the horde. You're trying to get a count of exactly how many are out there, and you just come up with a lot. Like, it's really difficult for you to tell, especially from where you are and the angles that you have, like exactly what's going on. But as you're doing that, the bartender, who is over by Zach, comes over to you and says, We could go up to the second floor and get a better look from up there if you wanted to. I think we should all head up. And then she actually just goes for the stairs and starts making her way up to the second floor of the tavern.
Okay, everyone, before we go upstairs, I do want to say that my deduction is that zombification only affects rich people. 1. 2, probably let's not walk around outside. Anyway,
Booker,
let's...
we're just so smart. Yeah. And I'll say,
It's
I'll write that
very
down in my
hard.
journal. And then I'll start heading upstairs.
Okay. Is anybody doing anything different?
Yeah, I'd go through at least one zombie's pockets.
Okay.
Because apparently these are rich people, because she just said they're rich, and I'm like, what?
Indeed, indeed. Heading through one of the zombies' pockets. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception check. 17.
17. You find a zombie that has like a leather wallet. In the wallet, you find 5 silver pieces. Not much, but whatever. Pocket that, no problem. But you also see a ripped ticket stub for the theater. Someone, this unfortunate soul, had gone to see a play. Just like you're thinking about the time and the date on the ticket, like that play should be happening now. Called The First Sin of Pharasma, and just from having walked through, like the theater is like down the street. It's called the Aldevure Theater House, just down the street. Like this zombie should have been quietly watching a show, and instead was here trying to gnaw your face off.
It's very unfortunate. So I grab that stuff, and then I really quick duck behind the bar and grab a handful of cutlery and shove it in my bag.
Load up on some cutlery.
Nice, nice.
And then I'll go upstairs.
And real quick, Adam.
I would have been when I was listening at the door and Booker was looking at the window. I would have been blocking the front door with some chairs, and then probably making my way while they're looking through the bodies and everything, making my way to the back door and also blocking that as well too. And then I'll follow everybody else upstairs.
Yeah, so you shore up the barricades, making sure that the bar itself is fortified. Then you all head upstairs.
If you are being blocked at all by reading that, you can actually move the block.
The second floor is really just a bunch more tables for when things are particularly busy downstairs. There are several large windows that offer a much better view of Alkenstar's streets, but the streets below are really quite a chilling sight. Dozens of zombies are shuffling about, and blood litters the dusty earth. Every time you think you've counted the last walking corpse, you see another one pop around a corner, or the corpse of a recent victim rises to join the throng. Distant screams and random gunfire erupt over the groaning of the shuffling dead. Calculating your ammunition on hand and a rough count of the targets, it really seems like trying to shoot your way out of this could be a very risky endeavor. Anybody who is looking out onto the streets, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Alright.
Nat 20!
Ooh, very nice.
I got another 18.
Booker, you are first to spot it, but you notice that it does seem like there is a particular concentration of zombies shuffling out of a theater house just down the street. It is the largest building on the map. I will ping it in just a second when I get over there. This building right here, there's a large theater house, and you can see that there are posters plastered all over it for a new production called The First Sin of Pharasma. And zombies, very well-dressed zombies, much like the ones that you encountered that first walked through the door, are just like shuffling out of the theater house and spreading out onto the streets. The bartender, who is sort of standing there trying to get a look at everything, is like just face pale. She seems to be watching in horror as people she very likely knew are like getting killed and or doing the killing as undead, just wandering around. What were you gonna say?
Hey Doc, I think that we shouldn't go to the theater? Wait, no, we should go to the theater. Because I think that's where the zombies are coming from. So we shouldn't go. Which one? I don't know.
You're probably right, Booker. It's probably a good gut instinct to not go where the danger is. But you know me, I'm just super curious. I gotta at least get a peek inside.
Do you think we have to go inside? Couldn't we just set it on fire? from far away?
I'm
No.
happy to do that too. I'm very happy to set it on fire. Oh, and also, if I have the key, would I know where that inn was?
You know where it
Is
is
the
in the
inn-
city. It's not one of the buildings around here.
Okay.
But if you
Pretty
had
far.
like if you could go out into the city, yeah, you could easily find that.
And that building straight across from the bar, what building is that? Think
It
it's
depends
next
on
to
which
the
way you're
theater?
talking about. Are you talking about? So
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the
Uh,
one next to the theater. Yeah.
great. Yeah. So the one that is next to the theater, that is on the northern side of the city street map. You're looking at it. It's looks like a house. It's obviously a house. Somebody who was fairly well off. Looking at it, the bartender sees you sort of looking over, and she's like, "Oh, that was the theater owner's house." But I heard you talking. You all seem to know what you're doing. And this looks like it's spreading, and I don't think we can afford to sit and wait for the shield marshals. Are you going to go into the theater? I think that might be the source of this. I mean, it seems. Are you going to help us?
I'm very happy to take some notes. This will work wonders for my medical journal, and I'd also love to help. But I fear we may have to be very smart about how we move next. Do you think there'd be anything interesting that we could find in this theater owner's home?
I mean, I don't know what you might find in there, but I think it would be pretty hard to get to. If you want to get closer to the theater, you might do better over here. And she moves over to one of the western windows and opens it, and you can see that to the west there is a building across an alley. She points to it. She says that there's the Rickard Thuss's gun store. If you go across here, and she points, there's actually a clothesline that runs over the alley between the two buildings. She says, if you could shimmy across this, and then on the other side is the Sothwell Cafe, and there should be another line that goes from the gun store to that building. If you just see your way across, then you'd be right next to the theater. It'd probably be a lot easier than trying to get out through the front door here.
Oh, a gun store. Man, should have said something earlier. I don't know if I'm the most athletic. Maybe some of us could go across and others could make a run for it. Does it look particularly just... Yeah. Does it look like kind
Let me
of
carry
clogged
some
up
people.
with these things?
The clothesline looks like it would hold you. It looks like you could either climb across by basically grabbing onto it and climbing underneath it with an athletics check, or you could try to tightrope walk it with an acrobatics check. Either
Oh, you're
one
bold.
would get you to the other side.
Oh yeah, y'all are very bold.
If anyone's afraid of going over this thing, I think I can make it pretty easily. But if, with your permission, I could carry you, or I could tie you to my back, or something like that.
I think I
I
can
look
climb
down.
pretty good.
Oh, everyone's very good and confident. We're all gonna make it. Great.
Oh, incredibly.
If that's
Great.
the
Yeah, you're
case,
an elf.
As they're discussing, I actually go out to the window and I hop on top of it so I can walk across it.
Oh, you're
Ooh.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
Very boldly, Zinderel just hops up on top of that rope. Let's see if your bravery is going to pay off for you with an acrobatics check.
Alright, that's going to be a 15.
15. You take a couple of wavering steps and you almost overbalance and you back up to the window that you started from. Perhaps you were a little over hasty. You don't fall, but it does look like it'll be a little bit tougher than that. You have to steel yourself,
Alright.
maybe prep a little better.
Oh, I do. Yeah, as I'm standing there, I'll take my gun, I'll hold on to the side, and I'm like, oh, I know why, and I reload my gun and put it back on my back, and then I'm good to go. That's what the balance was. I didn't have my gun loaded.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, sorry, I got really excited about that. Let me try it again, if I might.
I kind of call over. Are you good?
Yes. I'm totally good. That's going to be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Indeed, after reloading your weapon, placing it back on your back, your balance, everything is right. Everything is feeling zen, and you manage to just scoot across. And you are now at a window on the other side of the alley. Looking at you now through this window is an older man with a bald head and a smart gray suit, and he's looking up at you like kind of scared. He's looking down around and he has a rifle in his hands, and he quickly props it up against the window, underneath the window, and opens it for you. Just, come on in.
I thank you. Yeah, so I'll hop inside. It'd be like, oh, are you alright? Is anyone else inside here with you?
Oh, shh, no one else is here. Well, there's the dog, but no, nobody else is here except downstairs. They came in downstairs, so just be quiet.
Oh, all right. And I'll look across the way and be like, all right, you all can come over, but be really quiet about it. All right, come on.
What?
I hear that. I'll go ahead and head over.
Okay. Are you going to try to climb it or walk it?
Whew, you said climbing's an athletics check?
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and try to walk it. I guess I'm bold that
acrobatics.
way. All right, that is a 22.
22. You hop right up on the rope and just balance your way across, tiptoeing all the way, and hop on inside the open window on the other side. Easy peasy.
Wonderful.
Hey, welcome to
I'll walk in. I say, okay, I hear you, and I'll look back, and I'll wave them over, and I'll keep my fingers on my lips, like this.
All right, keep up, little knife guy, and I climb it. So I did roll my athletics, athletics, and that is going to be a 21. And I'm doing I'm doing pull-ups as I go over. I'm just getting some extra arm day in there. As
gotta get your workout in while you're going.
Yeah. I gotta get those reps in, boy.
All right, Zach, that leaves you as the last member of the troop on the
tavern
side.
I turn to the barkeeper. I'm like, "Are you gonna be okay here by yourself?"
Yeah, I think so. I mean, downstairs is well boarded up, and I'll just lay low up here.
Yeah, bar this door too if you can.
Oh, for sure.
And then, I don't know, aim for the head. If you have something, chair leg. I don't know.
Chair leg.
Just don't
Good
die.
idea.
And then he'll go out the window.
All right. Are you climbing or are you walking across?
I'm falling down to the bottom, Jim.
Is that a natural one?
Oh,
It's a one.
Zach,
You see
you're
a
so
natural
confident.
one. Were you
I'm
climbing or were
telling
you
you the
walking?
story.
What were you trying to do? Were you trying to walk across or climb across?
Yeah, I was trying to acrobatics it.
So, you three are watching from the gun store as Zach hops up onto the rope. And he hops onto the windowsill and then takes another jump forward. And you guys are like, why are you... Wait, no, don't do that. And he jumps forward and he hits the clothesline, and one of his legs tips, and he's about to fall down into the alley where two wandering zombies will be right over his soon-to-be corpse. We're gonna take a little break and come back and see how that all pans out afterwards. We'll see you all in just a few minutes. Make sure that you stick around for the live interview with a very special guest, and we are going to go and get a snack. See you in a few.
Hello, and welcome to a special flash episode of Paizo Live. My name is Aaron Shanks, and I'm Paizo's marketing and media manager. And I'm pleased to just spend the next few minutes talking to a special guest during this intermission of Pathfinder One Shot Headshot the Rot. I hope you're all having a great time. Today, we get to interview Adam Bradford, Chief Development Officer at Demiplane. Adam, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Aaron. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so just a day or two ago, we surprised the tabletop role playing game industry with the announcement of a new partnership between Paizo and Demiplane, announcing a new product called Pathfinder Nexus, and that is the subject of the interview tonight. But first, I wanted to find out a little bit about you, give everybody some context about who you are and what brought you here tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm here tonight because you asked me to be here, and I would not say no to you. So that's the reason I'm here. But then we'll get back into who I am a little bit. And so I am Adam Bradford. I am the Chief Development Officer at Demiplane, and working here on Pathfinder Nexus. I previously spent about a decade in the defense and aerospace industry, doing all sorts of things along that time, and then most recently was working at a company called Curse that was then acquired by Twitch, that was then acquired by Fandom, but founded D&D Beyond, and joined Demiplane in February. And we started talking to Paizo pretty quickly after that. And now we are in the middle of creating Pathfinder Nexus, the official digital tool set for Pathfinder. And I really just couldn't be any more excited to be working on such a great game. And my favorite color is gray. So that probably, is everything you need to know about me.
Excellent. All right, so that frames who you are and how you got here. Tell us more about Demiplane, and we'll kind of start with the big picture and kind of drill down. Demiplane is the company that makes Pathfinder Nexus. It's new, right?
Yeah, it is very, very new. And so the company was founded by Travis Frederick and Peter Romanesco. They have been lifelong friends. They started out, as so many wonderful stories in this industry, started out playing all of these kinds of games as they were younger, and they went their separate ways, at the college time. But they always kind of rediscovered each other through these games. And so they started Demiplane a year ago or so. And really the goal was a very lofty and grand goal, and that was to make every part of playing these games better. And so Demiplane, until recent months, has been on a mission to help people discover and find games and groups people to play with. And so on demiplane.com right now, you can go and you can do matchmaking. You can find games for people to play with in 180 different kinds of role-playing systems out there. And so we've really been just pleased to see how many people are using the platform to find each other and to discover, what could be new lifelong friends as they're playing these games together. And Demiplane allows you to tip your game master. So hopefully to simulate the idea that in the before pandemic days of being able to go to each other's house and maybe bring some chips or soda with you, you can throw a few dollars your game master's way. But then also there are paid games on the platform, and we've got some great professional game masters out there running games. And as we were looking at how does Demiplane evolve into something that is going to be indispensable for people playing tabletop role-playing games, moving into digital tools and being able to provide that kind of support always made sense. And so when I joined the company in my former gig, it was always a dream of mine because I play so many games out there. So absolutely have played D&D, but played so much Pathfinder. There are others that I really wanted to see the kind of digital support that D&D has enjoyed for some time. I really wanted to see that happen for some of these other wonderful games out there. And Paizo and Pathfinder and maybe Starfinder one day it makes complete and total sense, and so that's where we wanted to go first with this.
Excellent. I really wanted us to explore who Demiplane was before Pathfinder Nexus. Let's just touch base for a moment about who it's not, what it's not. My understanding is I would not call Demiplane a virtual tabletop provider. I would call it a theater of the mind provider. Like if that's your default play style, it's great for video chat and theater of the mind, perhaps text-based as well. What am I missing? Is that correct?
No, I think I definitely think that there's a lot of validity there. We are making Demiplane to provide that play space, and that play space can absolutely include any of the virtual tabletops that you want to use. So there are ways for screen sharing and ways to have that open as you're going into it. Some groups absolutely love playing with virtual tabletops. In my past life, I got a really unique view into just the trending of how many people, and I am sure that the pandemic spurred a good bit of this, but how many games are trending to some of that theater of the mind. So this is where, as we all started quarantining, we saw that people were moving to Zoom and Discord and those other kinds of places to get together and play these games. And so at Demiplane, we said, hey, we want to help support gameplay and getting people together. So we did introduce video and voice chat. So that's something that works out there today on the platform. And yeah, if your group is wanting to use theater of the mind, Demiplane is a great solution for that. If you want to use a virtual tabletop, you absolutely can do that, and we will look for ways that we can integrate with those as we go forward as well.
Excellent, thanks. I think that's a really important frame of reference for everyone. And now to go into Pathfinder Nexus itself. What is it? How do you explain what Pathfinder Nexus is to someone who might not have heard about the functionality before?
Yeah, it is a digital tool set. And so really what we are looking for here is to fill some of the gaps that, aren't always explored to the fullest extent. And really, we're just looking for where are the biggest needs? What are the things that are going to provide the most convenience in order to enhance games as you're playing them? And so as we look at this, we really have approached this with 4 pillars. And the first pillar is empower the rules. And so we were talking a little bit before this. Pathfinder it's such an expansive game, and it has a lot of rules, and these rules are incredible. And we wouldn't have these games without rules. And so one of the things that we want to do is we want to do the best that we can to provide convenience that can help mitigate the negative aspects of those rules sometimes, which are, taking a long time to look something up, potentially, not knowing what your options are when you're creating a character, all in one place. And so that kind of convenience and empowering the rules is a big part of what we're trying to do. But managing characters is another huge pillar for us, because we do see that as a cornerstone and something that people really, really gravitate towards. And so, thinking about, you could list off 100 things that people use while they're playing these games and say, hey, can you play Pathfinder, without X or without Y or without Z? And often that answer comes back, yes, you can play the game without those things. But then when you ask, can you play the game without a character? Of course, you can't play the game without a character. And so we are going to be really tripling down on making that character experience incredible. And so I remember how much time I completely, we'll say wasted now. At the time, I didn't think I was wasting it, but just staring at the imaginary character that I had in the World of Warcraft armory, and had to make sure that I was minimizing windows as my boss walked by behind me, and all of those things. So it's like how much I was connecting to that character. And that's the thing I love about these games and the stories that we get to tell with these games, is how much people connect with these characters that they've created. And so for Demiplane and Pathfinder Nexus, the real keystone foundational thing that we're doing is we're going to make a character management system that is hopefully just going to be incredible, and it's going to really make that whole process to where people are going to love looking at their character, dreaming out their character's future, like I used to do in the armory, and being able to do that on any kind of device, wherever they are. If they want to do a literal pickup game at a convention, they can sit down and create a character in 5 minutes and be ready to go and have that right there on their phone. That's the experience we're looking for there. And then the other couple of pillars is, facilitate gameplay. So the other wonderful thing about joining Demiplane and having that play space and having the ability for people to have video and voice and all those elements, and then to be able to kind of have a place to put all of these digital tools, that's really exciting. And then finally connecting the community. So we're going to have content, we're going to have forums, we're going to put out streams, we're going to give the community additional ways to engage with this great game.
Excellent. Those 4 pillars make a lot of sense to me. What you said was rules mastery, rules empowerment, character, really creating an easy way to create characters. Pathfinder is known for its deep character customization. So it's really great to be able to look through all of those options digitally is a really powerful experience. We've all grown to love it. You've talked about finding games, gameplay, facilitating gameplay, connecting players to GMs virtually, and then just finding out who's doing what, when, where, and when. And lastly, community, which, that's really been, as an aside, that's something we're very aware of at Paizo, just how important our community is to the health and vibrancy of Pathfinder and Starfinder. And so, great. I think that really kind of tells everybody what the 4 pillars are. We need to make clear that this was the announcement of a game that has yet to launch, a tools set, I should say, that has yet to launch. What does that timeline look like?
Yeah, so the trailer says this winter, and so I guess we technically have until what is that, March 15th or whatever shifts us out. But yeah, it is coming soon. The target is the first quarter of next year to have what we are considering the full launch, and so that is right now we are in early access. So yesterday we announced. And we do have some early access at the moment. It is the digital reader, the starting point of the digital reader. But I do want to emphasize to everyone that this is not the full product by any means. There is much more that we're going to be adding over the course of this early access period. But we do have a great team, and we're moving very rapidly. And so I'm really excited to see that progress, and essentially over the course of this early access, you're going to see that with the primary phases that we have is we have this digital reader coming out. We also have enhancements coming to that. So there will be those tooltips. There will be annotations. So think almost like a Google Doc where you can take notes in that digital reader. There will be compendium listings. So you can go and find spells and use advanced filters to find exactly what you're looking for creatures, items, all of the different game elements. There will be class primers where you can go to the Alchemist and you can see not only what is printed about the Alchemist in the core rulebook, but you can see all the options aggregated from any other book that has come out to provide Alchemist options and so on. So that's the second big phase that we'll be in. And then finally, it's the character management phase. And so that will really close out what we're considering early access. And people will be able to build characters and use an interactive digital character sheet at the table, virtual or otherwise. And then we have an extensive roadmap. We'll go into encounter management and any other sort of way that we can bring more convenience to people while they're playing this game.
Excellent. Well, I think that's all we have time for tonight. Obviously, I could talk to you further another hour, but the wonderful thing is, the partnership has been established. I'm sure we'll be talking about this in the weeks and months to come, and I'm really excited about what you've shown us and told us about tonight. So thank you very much. I will go back to part 2 now of Pathfinder one shot, headshot the rot. I'll be back in December for another episode of Paizo Live. Until then, adventures ahead.
Hey everybody, I'm super low in the frame. Oh no! Now it's better. I'm tall again. Welcome back to the second half of Headshot the Rot, which, let me say, that is an awesome name for an adventure. We are playing through with 4 epic gunslingers, one of which is definitely not about to fall to his death in an alley after foolishly trying to cross a clothesline from one building to the next. I don't know. Let's bring back the players. I don't want to be here all by myself. Where are my players at? Hey everybody, did you have a good break? I heard somebody had some cereal. That's fantastic.
I sure did. Yes.
Yummy.
Tricks are the best.
good.
Can't help it.
Tricks are amazing. I wish they would have. The tricks would have been better if they just let the rabbit have some. Just let the rabbit have some tricks. You don't need to give him. There's no reason not to. There's enough tricks for everybody, right?
That's literally like every cereal's thing, though. Is like, hey, we shouldn't give that bird Cocoa Puffs. Hey, we shouldn't give this dog Cookie Crisp. Hey, we shouldn't give this rabbit Trick.
Honestly, a good lesson for young children. Yeah. Don't feed your pets.
Don't feed the dog your cereal.
Processed sugar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Processed sugar, no chocolate. All good. Don't give it to him. Honey bunches of oats. That's healthy. That's okay. That's okay.
Yep.
Another thing we shouldn't do is jump across a clothesline. That's something else we shouldn't do.
I don't know. Three of us did it totally fine.
Not when there's zombies below. So, indeed, we'll jump back into our adventure. When we left off, everybody had crossed from the Powderhorn Tavern into Rickard Thuss's gun store next door after a horde of zombies interrupted their respective job. Everybody had made it across except for poor Zak. And Zak, you critically failed your attempt to tightrope walk across. Your leg hits the line, your knee buckles, and you begin to fall. However, you are a hero. You are a gunslinger. And there is one thing about gunslingers that's true is you got fast hands. And there's a chance you could catch yourself on the way down by making a reflex save. What do you got?
Come on, little buddy.
24?
24 is enough. As you are passing below the line, your hands shoot up, grab onto the line, and the whole thing like buckles. And you think for a second it's actually just going to snap and you're just going to keep going down, but it holds. It holds. Luckily, you're a tiny little goblin guy. Line doesn't break. You're standing there swinging, but now looking down below, you can see the 2 zombies in the alley have looked up at you, and they both just kind of converge on where your legs are dangling, and they can't quite reach you, but they're just sitting there waiting like hungry sharks for the chum
Thank goodness
to
I'm
fall.
a little bit shorter. If they were any taller, they'd have my feet.
You need help over there, buddy? We good?
Yeah.
Well, wait, is this a clothesline?
Yep, it is a clothesline.
I'm just gonna hold on. Pull me over!
Reach out.
Oh.
Oh, I'm like the pulley. Okay, sure.
I'll start pulling.
Right?
There could be a pulley there. Why not?
That's how those work.
I don't know if they have. I don't know if they have a pulley here. It's not in the book. I'll say there's a pulley because I like it. It's fine. You saved yourself from certain death. There can be a pulley. Just
We
start.
unstick it. Yeah.
You start yanking Zag over and pull him up through the window, and you have made it. Now all in to Rickard Thus's guns and ammo. The old man who is standing there introduces himself. I'm Rickard Thus. Welcome to my shop. I'm sorry it couldn't be under better circumstances. We were having a sale on 6-shooters, but I'm afraid that's over now. What are y'all doing? No, it's just that, there's zombies everywhere, and I can't really run the shop effectively when everybody's dead and or being eaten. Which is why I was saying everybody needs to be a little quiet. There's zombies downstairs.
I tell everyone that when they come in, and I say, well, we had a similar situation next door. We're trying to figure out how or where this is all happening. I think they're coming out of the theater. That's what I think. That's what I was looking out the window, and they just keep coming through there. And I saw some weird lights, and I heard some noises. I think they're coming right out of there. Are you going over there to take care of this business? I think we don't have a choice. Now, I think we're going to need a lot of firepower, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean, and I would love to help you. Downstairs in my storeroom, there's enough ammunition to take out this whole horde. Unfortunately, the storeroom is locked, and I did drop the key in my rush to get away from the zombies that came through. Now, there's only 2 of them down there, as far as I know, but the door's open, so if you go down there blasting, a whole bunch more might come in. But if you can get into the storeroom and you mean to help us, you can take anything you find in there. It's all, whatever helps the community. Also, my dog is down there. So, take care of her, please. She's in the store. She's safe down there, so we can just ride this out if you can't get in there. But, don't let her go out the front door if you get it open. Name's Maggie.
Right. Oh, that was the name of my dog when I was a kid. I love it. Adam's dog. Aww. I'm gonna go save Maggie. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I can pick the lock.
Oh, good.
Should we go down there? We should go down there quiet, huh?
Yeah, we should be quiet.
Yeah. I can try to sneak around if there's not a lot and try to close the front door if we need to, so none others can come inside.
Do you think we should split up? Somebody go and close the door and someone else go look for the key? And then maybe even some people take out, come and stab them in the head or something?
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I can stab.
I think we could stab. Me and Booker will go down there and we'll try to stab them while you guys secure the door and find that key.
Oh, I like that idea. That sounds good.
All right. And I'll start creeping downstairs. But we're going to stealth.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, is anybody not going downstairs is the key question. Is everybody going down there?
Yeah.
Be mighty helpful.
Yeah. I believe so. So what we're actually going to do now is, even though combat hasn't really started, we're going to move into encounter mode anyway. You all are going to roll stealth for initiative because you are trying to be sneaky. You will start the combat undetected by any potential threats, though they will just do their thing on their turns, and they're currently not aware of you, so long as you maintain that stealthy demeanor. So everybody roll stealth for initiative.
All right.
17 for me.
17.
Ooh, I have 17 also.
I have 17 too.
Oh, no way. Did you have a 17 as well too, Zach?
Yeah, I got a
Zach
29.
looks like he was 29.
Okay.
Zach is
Exactly cool.
I'm way ahead
Y'all
of you
need to
guys.
keep up.
So what did you roll on the die, Doc?
I rolled an 11.
And then Zinderell, what did you get on the die?
I got a 6.
6. Okay, so that's gonna put
Michelle.
Doc
Hi,
above you. And then Booker, what did you get on the die?
Got a 9.
9.
I think this
And
sounds
Cinderella
kind of
last. So you guys all have the jump on these zombies. You're at the bottom of the stairs, on the first floor of Rickard Thus's gun shop. You can actually see the storeroom is like right at the bottom of the stairs. Fortunately, that door is locked. You don't have the key, but Zach says he can get through it. And you did hear Rickard Thus saying that somewhere he dropped the key somewhere in the shop while he was running upstairs. You can also hear the shuffling and groaning of 2 zombies moving through the stacks and the shelves. They don't appear to know that you're there at all. But the longer you can keep it that way, the safer you're all going to be. First one up is Zach. You have 3 actions as normal. It's just that there's no enemies that are aware of you right now. What do you do?
I would like to stealth over to the door.
Okay. Now, typically, while you are moving stealthily, you make a stealth check and you can move at half speed. So just keep that in mind.
So, 2, 3. Is that? I think it's like there. Let's see. Well, stealth check is a 25.
Easy. These zombies have no idea you're sneaking through.
Okay. And then I think I technically had to. Let's see. If I started, I think I started right here.
Yeah.
I went 1, 2. I guess 3. That's half, right? Is that considered half?
Yeah, that would be half move. Yeah, you
25,
can
okay.
get basically right at the door. And then if you want, there is a lock on it. The trick
Yeah, so I want to.
is you would need your thieves tools out. So you need to take an action to get your thieves tools. And then it's 2 actions to pick a lock. But I would say since you have 1 action left, you can start the process of picking a lock now. And your first action of your next turn will be to complete the picking a lock process. Then you'll roll your thievery check.
Works for me.
If you wanted to do it that way. Alrighty. So
Yeah.
you get your thieves tools out and you just start picking at the lock very carefully. You are all watching. It looks like he's doing this and nobody quite has the jump on him yet. So we move next in order is Doc. What do you want to do?
All right. So I want to go ahead and try to position myself. How far are we moving? That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right. Oh, half speed. So I'd say
If you want to move stealthily, yeah.
I would like to. So I'm just
All right.
going to do I round down and do 10 feet at a time? Or, because I think that's about 10 feet. That's a lot of math.
Okay.
All right, so I move over, and then I move here, and then I move here.
All right, so you get
Is
right
this
in
a
front of
door?
the door. Yeah, there's a doorway.
right.
It's an open doorway, and you can see out into the main shop floor. And you can see there's a zombie like 10 feet away from you. It's just standing there.
Oh,
Go ahead and make me, because you would have moved
I wanna-
two stealths there. So give me
I
two
want to
stealth
move
checks.
here then if that's open.
Okay,
if that's
fine.
okay.
Either way, yeah.
All right,
that's
2
fine.
stealths. Got it.
Give me
got
2
it. I'll
stealth
do-
checks.
All right, first one's 13 on the die, and the second one is 12 on the die. So that would be 19 and 18.
Both of those are going to be successful. The zombie has no idea you're there as you carefully pad your way across the room. You technically do have 1 action left. You can see around the corner, you can see the zombie there. You have 1 action left if you want to do anything else.
I'm gonna hold, so I won't get
Okay,
anything
yeah.
in trouble with my friends. Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. We move then to Booker.
I'm gonna do the same thing as Doc, so I'll move here. which gives me 2 stealth checks I gotta do.
Okay.
Being stealthy. Whoa. Okay, guys, that's a 8, 9, 10. That's an 11 for the first one. That's
Okay.
great.
One of the stairs
Should I
like
do the second one
creaks
or
on the
nah?
way down.
Nah.
No, yeah. So
Okay.
so like as you're moving down, one of the stairs like creaks a little bit, and everybody just like freezes, but still the zombies don't seem to have noticed your presence.
Ooh. Or they're lying about it. One of those two things. Okay, and then
What a zombie.
25.
Yeah. No, then you easily cross the rest of the distance to the dock without raising any alarms.
Well, actually, let's see here. Let me measure one thing real quick. Yep. Can I make it to this thing in the next? Yeah, I'm gonna take my next. Oh wait, no, I have one more action left. Never mind.
Yeah, you have one more left.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna wait here. I'm gonna.
Sure.
I'm gonna wait here. Yeah, that's it.
Sure. Easy
I thought too hard
peasy.
about
You
that.
wait there. Zinderel. Now, Zinderel, you did roll stealth for initiative. So if there were any extra things you got to do because of that, those do trigger as normal. Even though the creatures aren't aware of you. Like if there was any movement you get to do or any kind of free, like drawing your weapons or whatever, that all can trigger now.
I can do that, but I'm not gonna pull out my weapon just because I want to keep it on my back.
Sure.
And I'm gonna use all 3 actions to stealth over to here.
All right.
There.
So you make your way all
also?
the way across the room. There's a counter right in front of him. So there's no door there, but he could, if he wanted to, leap over the counter and get into the main room if he wanted to.
Yeah.
I'll need 3 stealth checks, though, Zinderel.
Yep. First one, 22.
Okay.
Second one, 17.
Easy
Third
peasy.
one, 18. Woo.
18. Nice. Yeah, you guys all get into position. The zombies are none the wiser, and Zack is carefully picking at that lock. We move into the top of the 2 zombies. Actually, get to go. They're just going to kind of like aimlessly wander about, moving around. They don't really do anything else. They're just stumbling around amidst the guns and the ammo. It'll take us to the top of the next round, and it is Zack's turn. Zack, your first action, unless you choose to stop for any reason, will be to finish picking the lock. You'll need to make a thievery check.
Thievery check. Alrighty. I'm definitely gonna do that. Now I've got thieves' tools, but I don't have thievery on my sheet. But I'm guessing that is dexterity based.
It is dexterity based, yes.
Okay. So, well, with a P on the dice, that's a natural 20.
Woo!
Hey-o.
Those are some nice dice, Nathan. Those are cool.
Thanks. These are the Pathfinder 2nd edition dice set, baby.
Oh. Very nice.
Very nice. So that will be, I guess, technically 24 because my dex is +4.
Nice. So the one thing that you forgot to tell everybody when you said you could pick the lock was that you don't actually know what you're doing. You just kind of fumble around in there, and sometimes locks open, and sometimes they don't.
I have locked
This is one of those times where your fumbling pays off, and you hear like a little click, and you can open the door if you want. You have 2 actions left.
Yeah, I'd like to open the door.
Okay.
If
One
that's
action.
my action.
You open the door. And you see crates of ammunition. You see a couple marked explosive. Could be very interesting. You see a bunch of like gun cleaning kits and like ammunition molds and stuff. Like all kinds of like attachments for weapons. If you had more time to go through, you could probably get yourself together something pretty neat. But you also see, sort of cowering in the corner, an old golden retriever. that is like shaking, and it looks at you, and it starts this like low growl, and you can see it's scared, and you're not sure exactly what it's going to do, but it looks like it could go any which way because it's like about to freak out. You can attempt a nature check if you want to see if you can calm it, or you can just like leave it, but you can tell if you approach it, it's going to do something, and you're not quite sure what at this point.
I'm going to attempt a nature check, which I believe is wisdom based.
Nature.
I'm on nature.
Nature is wisdom based.
Yeah,
Well,
come on, wisdom modifier.
Ooh. So that's a solid 2.
Solid 2. Oh no. Not good.
Oh.
I feel like there are many. I have a hero point, but I feel like there are many moments ahead that might be more important than this nature
not
check.
this.
I mean, the dog is pretty.
The dog is the most important thing in this game now. Nothing else matters.
The rest of you get set up. Everything is going absolutely perfectly. Booker, you take a glance back. It looks like Zak's an expert thief. He gets through the door like it's nothing, opens it, and just a split second later, you all hear a loud, kind of scared-sounding barking as the dog just starts barking at Zak. And both of the zombies in the main floor are like, and begin stumbling toward the sounds. We're already in initiative. It's not their turn yet, but Zak, that was your last action, and you can see the dog's not happy with you. Doc, what do you do?
I give under my breath, I sigh. I know they haven't seen me yet, even though the barking is happening, right?
Right. Yeah, they're not aware of you. They're just hearing the sound and coming towards it.
All right, so it's gonna be hard for me to keep moving stealthily at this point, and this barking might bring in more. When I look, is the door closed, or is it just
front
it's just
door?
open? Yes.
Are you talking about the door that's directly in front of you, or the front door of the shop? The front door of the shop is open, and you can tell. Like, it doesn't look like the bark drew any zombies from outside, but you're pretty confident a gunshot would, and you can see some like stumbling around pretty close outside the door. Okay,
so now that one person has kind of done their job, I turn to Booker and I say, "Scratch that. I think I'm gonna have to go and get the door." So what is this right here? Is this wall right here? Is this just wall?
Sorry, I wasn't looking at that. Yeah, there's wall, and then there's counter. You can leap over the counter without any real issue.
All right.
So there's there's the doorway, or there's the counter.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna sprint. I'm gonna go ahead and just run, use my full movement, not even trying to be stealthy. Get straight to the door, and I'm gonna
just
close
for kicks and giggles. While you're leaping over the counter, give me an acrobatics check.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Cartwheel. Without consequence after this acrobatics check.
As I absolutely a 16.
16? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's an easy leap, so you just sort of slide over the counter and go running. Both of the zombies are now tracking your movement as you go past them, so they've definitely seen you. But you get to the door, and I believe it would only be 2 actions to get to the door. So there's enough, like 2 actions to get to the door. You could just close it now with your third action, or you could do something else. Slam the door shut. At that point, like
just do it real funny, like just like and then right at the end, I'm like and close it
quietly.
You can
low key.
You can see some of the other zombies from outside are like turning towards the commotion, but then you close the door, effectively blocking them off from being able to get to you guys, leaving you only to deal with the two that are inside, and hopefully that should be easy enough for your companions. Booker, you get to go next. You see Doc takes care of the door. You've got your turn now.
I would say like before Doc left, Booker's like, so are we done being quiet now, or are we being quiet still? then Doc runs away.
Too hasty. Oh, were you asking me? If you're asking me a question before I leave, I'd be like, don't get too hasty. Don't get too loud.
So after I see Doc run away, I'm like, okay, I guess we crush skulls now. Got it. And I plop right here.
Sure.
And I'm going to use my melee attack with my reinforced stock on the back of my gun, which I think is what that means.
Sure.
Oh, so let's hit this baby. Whoop. Okay. So listen. That is a natural one. Why is this happening to me?
Oh, listen.
So
now it's story time. Yeah.
That's two things I did. Wait, get one more thing, but I don't know. Jim, you tell me.
You do. It was one action to get there, and then you've got the gun, and you try to smash it into this zombie skull, but you instead just you smash it up against the shelf that's right next to it, and a whole bunch of guns go rolling off the shelves.
Okay,
Luckily, none
so
of them
now
are loaded.
it's loud time. Okay.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
just do it again? Can I do it again even though I rolled
Sure,
one
yeah.
first time? Okay,
Yep.
alright, cool. I just thought
it
something
is
that was
still
gonna
a
happen.
second attack, so it's a -5, but yes, you can definitely make it.
Right, so that's gonna be a 18 total then.
18 total,
Yeah.
that hits. This time, your second time is the charm, and you smash down into this thing's skull. Go ahead and roll that damage.
That's gonna be a 5 damage.
5 points of damage as you just crash this thing. It looks mildly
Why won't you
confused. It was
skull
going for the dog bark.
Crush.
And then Zinderell. You're still hidden, but you can see that the time for stealth has passed. What do you do?
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead, hop over the counter, and I'm gonna flank over here with Booker.
Ooh, nice. All right.
Yeah. And I'll pull out my mithril tree, and I'm just gonna crack it upside the head with this thing.
Nice.
Try to beat it upside the head.
You have the reinforced stock, or is it the bayonet?
No, I have for mine is actually parry, so I get a buff to my AC with this thing, which is kind of cool.
I mean, the melee attack is it? It should say on there whether you have the reinforced stock, which allows you to make a bash it, or you have a bayonet where you stab it.
Bayonet, actually. Yeah, the tip of it is actually like hardened, and try to hit it with that. That's gonna be a 13.
13, it's not pretty, but it does the job. You managed to stab this thing in the back as it's trying to lunge for Booker. Go ahead and roll damage.
I pierce its ear with 2 points of damage.
2 points of damage, a graze. But enough. I mean, you do something. The zombie looks thoroughly confused. So much has happened all at once, and its undead brain can't really process it all. That was it for you, I believe, Zinderell. So now it's their turn. This zombie gets stabbed in the back by Zinderell. It was going to go for Booker, but then it feels that sharp, piercing pain, turns around and lunges forward at you, Zinderell. That is going to be a 21 to hit.
Ooh, a 21. My typical AC is a 20, but then when something attacks me with my parry trait, it bumps it up to a 22.
22? That's disaster for me because that means that I missed, and that makes me very sad. I was eagerly about to roll damage.
Yeah, he tries to do it, but this like the stock of this thing is just incredibly massive. Here, let me show you the stock of this thing. Yeah, so that thing, like the zombie, it's just like boom, just knocks it like right out of the way, and I just like smile with my eyes. I'm smizing at it. Don't do that, bad zombie.
It is going to try again because it doesn't know any better. It lunges forward, but that is even less than the previous attack. So its attacks are just knocked away. It's feebly effective. The other zombie in the room just sees Doc standing there and shambles on up to her and tries to get her. Doc, that is going to be a 4 on the die, so who cares? More zombies can't do anything right. Zach, it is your turn. We're at the top of round 2. The dog is still upset, but the damage is kind of already done there. So, I mean, what do you want to do?
I kind of like... I'm guessing that the dog... I'm interpreting is like dog like at the back, like here.
Yeah, he's like at the back of the room, like cowered up against the stuff, and he's like shaking and barking at you. And this is like an older dog too. Like you can see, like it's missing a lot of teeth. Like this is not a threat, but it just now it's
just
making
like,
a lot of noise.
Like Maggie, just calm down. And then I go in and I want to start grabbing some ammo.
Sure. When you move into the room, Maggie stops barking and darts out of the room and then like runs up the stairs. So she flees you, but goes upstairs. So at least she's safe.
You did it.
You can see there's enough ammo in here for a small army. So you guys have access to as much ammo as you could possibly want. What catches your eye, though, are a couple of crates marked explosive. And as you just give them a casual glance, you can see that inside is a substance you are very familiar with and very fond of. There are 4 jars of moderate alchemist fire, which are basically firebomb.
Nice.
Yeah, I take them.
Mm-hmm. I'd say with the 2 actions, with your 2 remaining actions, you could load up all those. You now have 4 moderate alchemist fire, and that will be you for the round. We move on to Doc.
All right. So Doc still is kind of nervous about, hopping in here and using a gun. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit them in the face once. And I'm going to go ahead and do that with my... Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that with my bayonet.
Sure.
Why not? All right. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20
so
hits.
We get a 1d4. Let's do that for damage. Of course, I roll a 1. So I just kind of butt it at the top of its lip, and then I can go ahead and hit. Can I go ahead and hit with my reinforced stock?
Yeah, you can do that. Just keep in mind, you actually might want to stay with the bayonet because it's agile, so it takes fewer the penalty for multiple attacks is less. And because the bayonet doesn't need to be like reloaded or anything, you just stab a bunch.
Keep smacking.
That's totally fine.
I'll do it again then. Yeah, let's. Sure. I go one way and then I go back the other way.
Sure.
And
I'll also mention, not to dissuade anybody from doing what they're doing, but at this point, once the dog barked, the damage for noise had already been done. So if you, at this point, now that the door's closed, they already know you're there. If you want to just shoot them, it can't get really any worse because of that. So you can. But
I rolled a 28, so I got a 24.
That is a critical hit. That is a critical hit.
I turned my gun sideways, and I'll go ahead and roll that 1d4 twice. And that is a 6 damage, just to its face.
6 points of damage.
And then I'm gonna go ahead.
Right through the eye.
Can I move here?
You sure can.
Just
you
my
absolutely
full
can.
movement.
Just back up towards your companions. Yep.
And that's it. That's what I'll do.
All right. Excellent turn. You have really messed up that zombie and then gotten yourself into a better position closer to your friends. That will take us to Booker.
Good job, Doc. I'm gonna keep trying to smash. I'm gonna just keep hitting it with my reinforced stock just over it and over again in the back of the Let's do this. Okay, that first roll is very good. That's a 25 total to hit. The second one will be Oh, do all my hits first and then I'll do damage. The second one will be 23 to hit.
23 is also a critical hit.
Okay, that's minus. And the next one is minus 10. Is that correct?
That's correct.
We're
The next one, nothing.
Weird.
So it's 2 critical
Hitting the
hits. So I'll roll the first one. It's 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 times 2 is 12 plus 12. 24 total.
That is you just like bash this zombie's head into pulp over and over again. I mean, like, Zinderell, you are covered in bits of bone and brain now, as Booker is just smashing this thing into a meat slurry in front of your face. And then it's dead. He got it, and he won't stop smashing it. And you're like, it's dead. You got him, buddy.
Hey,
You already killed him.
I think it's stop now. That's fine. It's all over my armor, but that's okay. I don't mind it. It's a sign of weakness if you don't mind having blood on you.
Oh, I guess don't lick your lips. Okay, get the other one. And I'm done.
Like standing with the mouth
Zinderell.
like agape, like
My hands are just
Why,
like
is it
covered
something
in
I'm-
blood, like all the way down to my elbows.
I turn back and I say, Booker just gets passionate sometimes.
I can tell that. You know what? I'll leave this up to you then. I'll pat Booker on the shoulder, and I'm gonna go back with Zach.
You're just gonna go
I'll
hang
back
out
over
with
the
Zach?
counter.
Cool.
I'm gonna go,
Sure.
yeah, hang out with Zach.
Isn't there one
I'll
more
go to the
left?
room.
Sure.
Oh, there is, but you're having fun. Just to be like, okay, you have fun. You go take care of it. Hop back with Zach and be like, oh, hey, buddy, I heard the dog was inside here, and
I saved the
is-
dog.
Oh, it's gone. Oh, that's good. I'm so proud of you. And just pats him on the head. And I do a perception. What do I see, Jim? Do I find like explosive grenade rounds or something I can put in my sniper rifle? Something?
No, Zach already has the cool things in here, though you do find as much
Fine.
ammunition as you can carry. But yeah, there's no other treasures for you to uncover here. It was
That's
just
fine.
the bomb.
I'm just gonna load up on sniper ammo.
Great.
I'm just. Oh, is there by? Oh no, probably not. I was gonna say, is there a sniper scope?
No, unfortunately not. Nothing that would fit on your weapon.
Oh, all right, fine. My mythos she's too good. Okay, that's my turn. I'm good. Thank you.
Wait, did I find
there's
a
my
cell phone in
face.
there?
There it is. Okay, now it's your turn, Jim. You're welcome.
All right, I will take my turn by moving closer to the dock and trying to smash her. The zombie comes in, and with a 21 to hit, Doc, I think I might have got ya.
You might have.
A glancing
you
blow,
have.
though, only 4 points of damage as it comes in and clips you against the shoulder. As you're like, Zinderell, where are you going? And Zinderell just leaves you there to take it.
I'm like, all right, I guess I gotta do this myself.
Zach, it's at the top of the next round, and it is your turn. What do you do?
I've gotten. I mean, I guess I could grab more ammo. Is there more that I could take?
I mean,
Or am I like full?
for our purpose at this point, like, you have as much ammo as you need. If you want to spend more time collecting more, you can. But
I
there's
think
not
I would go
really much
back
more
out.
to it. Okay.
I would head back out, and just because this is like the counter area,
Yeah.
like I would kind of look really quick. I just want to see are there like any guns behind the counter that are just like chilling there?
Nothing better than what you already have. Like, there's some basic, like, pistols and whatnot, but your gun
Names.
is
You can't beat
better
a
than
spoon
anything
gun.
he's got laying out. I mean, you can't beat the spoon gun.
Can't beat a spoon.
No way.
Then I'm gonna be like, all right. I mean, I got the stuff. What's taking you so long? I saved the dog too. Come on. And I'll start heading back upstairs.
Sure. Doc,
We're
your
all good down
super
here.
reliable companions have left this up to you so far. So, what do you do? Sorry. Right.
Oh man, sorry about that. I'm. Woof. I think I'm gonna just back up
Okay.
They're really trying it. I was like, man, there's something cool I could do here. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna use my feet. I can do a dual weapon reload.
Okay.
And that is an action. I'm gonna go ahead, take my gun, and I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot with my dueling pistol.
All right. So one swift action, you reload both weapons, and then take aim with the dueling pistol.
Yeah. And that is... Oh, that's a 21 to hit.
21 to hit is a success. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is a 5 damage.
5 points of damage. You put a bullet right through its chest. It is stumbling forward, but it looks like one more hit might put it down. And that might be up to Booker, because I believe you're out of actions.
I am. I moved, I shot, and I reloaded.
All right. It's all up to you, Booker.
Oh, cool. We're back to being loud again. Amazing. Okay, great. Question: when we did initiative, because mine doesn't have anything about like it being stealth initiative or regular perception initiative, do I still get to get my free reload at the beginning, or?
Yeah. Anything that triggers on your initiative would have happened. Less
I shoot.
Nice.
That's a 25 to hit.
Critical hits. And you just explode the zombie in a wet mess.
Okay. Well, I mean, the damage would have been like 10, but okay.
Tremendous. It had very, very few hit points left. It had been hit quite a few times by Doc already. So, yeah.
All right, Doc. Let's. Well, I was gonna say,
should we run
go back upstairs? Everyone like left us.
Did they take everything out of the storage?
No, there's still more in here if you want some. Oh, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Come on in.
I'll go back and I'll join them in the storage room. And I'll start rifling through things as well.
Sure. So you guys head back into the storage room. You load up on as much ammo as you can carry. Ammo will not be a problem for anybody for a very long time. It looks like there was a crate of explosives that is now suspiciously empty.
I'm not concerned at all.
Other than that, again, most of the stuff that Rickard thus has there isn't stuff that's better than what you're already carrying. If you guys are really insistent that you want to find something to steal from him, you certainly can. I just don't know if that's your jam. You let me know.
I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm good.
Head back upstairs too.
Head back up the stairs. Rickard is there, and he seems pretty happy because Maggie's there with him. They're both, sort of just sitting there now. They see you come back up the stairs. At first, Rickard looks like he's ready to make a last stand, but he sees it's just you, and you're very alive, and you're not trying to eat him. He relaxes. He says, well, thank you for clearing out the bottom floor. I think Maggie and I are just we're just gonna stay here and wait this out. Good luck to you. If you go out that window there on the northwest corner, it goes over to Southwells, and then the Southwells front door practically opens right up next to the theater. If that's where you're going, that's probably your easiest bet.
All right, I think that's a plan. Rather not run straight into the thick of things.
I agree.
When we look outside, do we see that the zombies have gathered at the front door downstairs?
You do when giving a quick look outside. You do see that there are a couple of zombies that are milling about at the front of the store, but as things have quieted down, they seem to lose interest in it and are just kind of wandering now more aimlessly.
All right.
It looks like you might have attracted some of them, but after the excitement, they just lost interest and are wandering about.
Wonderful. All right, gang, I think we know what we need to do. And I look back at Zach and I say, please do not jump on that clothesline. All right? Ask for help if you need it.
I was feeling confident.
I understand, but sometimes you have to be able to back that up. I'll go ahead and I'll start the chart on the next line.
Sure. Once again, acrobatics or athletics, same deal as last time.
All right, that is going to be a 19.
A 19. Yeah, you managed to. It's a little tricky. You barely managed to sort of scoot across the line. There's this planter box right outside the opposite window, and you're sort of balancing on the planter box. And when you reach down to open the window so you can get in, you realize that it's locked.
Oh goodness! Does it look like something that I can jimmy or break? Or is there somewhere else I can climb to?
You could try to force it open. You could try to smash the window. If you have lockpicks, you can try to open the lock.
I don't have any lockpicks. And I don't want to bring any more attention to us. Especially since I don't have a modifier in strength. I'll look back and I'll say it's locked. Could I try to break it with my stock or my bayonet?
Yeah, you can basically just try to force it open. It'll be an athletics check to try that. Yeah, try to force it open with an athletics check.
All right, wish me luck, everybody.
Oh, I'm going to wish you the best of luck. You'll be fine, Doc.
I got a 12. I got a 12.
As you're trying to pry it open, you realize that you're more likely to damage the delicate blade on your bayonet than you are to force this open. This is more Booker's area of expertise.
Of course. I look back to Booker and I'll say, Booker, you gotta come handle this. And I'll go back across if I can.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Oh, it's a natural 20. I wish I'd have rolled that like a second earlier.
Scamper right back into the gun store.
I do that real easy. And I'll say, it's locked. I think I need one of you guys to go over there and handle it.
Yeah, I mean, I can just break the window with my hands or a gun or my arm.
I mean, I can try and pick it like I did the lock with the door.
That's a good idea. Should we tie like a rope around your waist so that when you go across, if you fall again, we can kind of catch you? Or...
Yeah, are there any like clothes or something?
You can get a hold of a rope. Yeah, you can get a hold of a rope. You go back downstairs. There's some rope that you can get a hold of. Yeah.
I got it in my equipment. Right. It's fine.
I help it. I help out and I tie it to him.
All right. Tie him up.
Okay.
Good luck.
Here we go.
Just like from your waist up your chest, like that.
Yep. Hey, with a 19 on the dice, that'll be a total of 28.
Nobody believed in you, Zach, but here you are, just scampering across that line like it's nothing. You get to the opposite side. You're balancing on that planter box. You can see that there is a lock on the window. Should be easy, just like last time.
Just like last time.
Just like last time.
15?
15. You aren't able to open the lock quite as smoothly as you had hoped. You don't break anything. Your lockpicks are fine, but it doesn't seem to want to do its thing.
I see him struggling over there. Like, are you good?
I'm fine. It just takes a bit.
Zach, are your guns loaded? Just make sure, because sometimes if your guns are loaded, I feel like you could be more impressive.
I load my gun. And then I try again.
Okay.
This is actually a battle strategy, believe it or not. It definitely works.
Hey, Zinderell, it got worse.
I'm holding the
Did you load it with spoons, forks, and knives? Did you load the correct thing inside?
Yeah. Booker, what's up, Booker?
Since I'm holding the rope that's attached to Zach, I just sort of, and I can see very clearly what's going on. I just go, I feel like this is taking too long, and I want to walk across the rope, to just
Okay.
I'm climbing across the rope while I'm still holding the other rope. I don't know. And then I'm gonna try to smash you. With athletics, that's 24. And
24.
what's
Yeah.
smashing? Is this acrobatics or athletics?
Athletics.
Whatever it is.
You're just
probably,
trying to pry open the.
It's 24.
Sure.
Again.
So Zach is you're trying to pick at things. Booker gets impatient, comes across, and basically just like rips the window out of its frame. And now you have a way in.
I locked it.
Hey.
That's a good lockpick you got there.
I'm just sitting back and I'm just real impressed. I just kind of shrugged. I'm like, Booker's always so good at these things. And I'll follow behind shortly after Booker does that.
Great.
All right.
Let's see how well you guys get across that line. I think Zach and Booker are already over there.
That's a 23 for me.
The dock is over, no problem.
And acrobatics, 17.
17. You all managed to get across. You are now in the upper floor of a cafe. This is a living space that's above the cafe. So whoever owns this place both works and lives here. You see some simple furniture, a bed. It looks like maybe only 1 or 2 people would live here. They're presently not here. And you don't see any signs of violence here. Whoever just wasn't here when this all started. What do you guys do?
I'll go
I kind of
downstairs
pelted down
first. Yeah.
Sure.
I think I'll start heading down the
Down-
stairs while people cook around there. Yeah.
You head downstairs and you find yourselves in now a small cafe. There's some baked goods behind some glass and lots of bags of expensive teas and coffees on the wall. And the front door is closed. This place looks like it was actually locked up. So whoever left here locked it up and closed up for the day. Lucky for them, they just weren't around when this all started. There is a front door. Out the front door, you can see right across the street is the open door to the theater. From where you are, looking out the window, you can see that there is sort of this weird, ghastly glow coming from somewhere inside the theater. But there doesn't seem to appear to be anything between you and the theater door. And if you could get across without attracting any attention, you might be able to make it there without any trouble at all.
I relay that to the team, but also I'm still holding the window, just if anyone was wondering.
Oh yeah, you got that window. That's your
Continue.
window now.
All right.
Oh, she's been framed.
That's
You're welcome.
it. That's your one pun for the day. Yeah. So I look out and I'm like, this might be the only chance we get. We should probably head over fast. Can I take a quick glance though?
Yeah. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for, or you just want to make a general?
Just a general look, making sure there's nothing out of place.
Yeah. Make a perception check.
That is a 19.
19. Nothing looks particularly out of place. Again, you have a pretty clear path to the theater itself, as long as you guys don't attract any attention. There are definitely lots of zombies outside, but you guys could pretty easily get by them as long as you didn't do anything to attract attention. Again, you can see that sort of weird, flickering, ghastly glow of green and blue light coming from inside the theater, but you can't quite see its source. And the longer you stand there, looking and listening, you can also, at first you're not even sure if it's real, but you start to hear, this sort of hissing sound, and the longer you listen, you start to make out a cadence almost like words within it, a really low, sort of hissing whisper that is just barely coming through.
All right, Booker, on me. Something strange going on in here. So I'll start slowly making my way over there, at least to get by the door and peek in.
Sure. If you are attempting it, then roll a stealth check.
All right.
And I'll be following, I guess, too.
Well, that stealth was not cute. It was an 8.
An 8.
Oh
Yeah, I'm
it was
so
20,
sorry.
just so we're clear.
That wasn't me. That was her.
Right under the bus.
I mean,
Okay.
now's the time
Oh.
to use a hero point better than any. I'll use mine if I can.
You,
There you
okay,
go.
hey, pulling out the old
There you
hero
go.
point. Let's see if we can redo better then.
Let's do it. All right, that was 21. That was worth it.
Much
So you
better.
don't-
So in an alternate
bring-
universe,
Please shift.
you stumble up the steps and you are seen by a horde of zombies inside the theater, and they converge to attack immediately. But in this universe,
wow.
you very carefully pick your way across the alley or the road, sneak up the stairs, and are now looking into a theater that is quite a ghastly sight at this stage of the game. The fine furnishings of this theater, including velvet seat cushions, polished marble aisles, and expensive silk draperies, are marred by blood and other fouler liquids. The elevated stage at the far end of the theater features a gloomy tableau of painted wood and canvas designed to resemble a decrepit cemetery. The display is decorated with religious iconography that seems to twist and warp when looked upon for more than a moment. On that stage, you see two figures, pale in death. One is a woman in a fine slate gray dress and hat. The other is a man who is similarly dressed. Both of them are clearly figures you can see in many posters plastered across the theater's facade for tonight's performance. Their arms are thrown to the heavens, and a sibilant chant is flowing from their lips. What sets them apart from the zombies you've seen thus far is the malicious intelligence in their eyes and the swiftness of their movements. These two on the stage are not merely shambling undead. If you look over at the map, I'll bring you over to the theater map itself. Right now, Zach, and Zinderel are still across the street. Put them outside a little bit, but Booker and Doc, you get to that doorway and you're looking in at all of this, and you can see there are 3 zombies. There are also 2 others. There are a total of 5 zombies. 3 of them are much what you've faced thus far. 2 of them, though, look a little beefier than their companions. They look somehow more infused with dark energies, a little bit tougher than their companions. And then on the stage are these 2 intelligent creatures. Now, with your stealth, they don't appear to have noticed you just yet, but you also don't have a lot of cover where you're standing, so you know that you've got like a second to try if you want to try to get into a better position for cover, or whether you just want to like start shooting, start blasting. It's up to you.
Are these stairs right here?
There are stairs that go up to, yeah, sure.
I'm gonna go up there.
All right. So are you just so I know, you're trying to be quiet about it?
I would love to be quiet about it if I could.
Great. So what we're actually going to do, I think what is best at this point is actually have us roll initiative. You roll stealth for initiative, since you're trying to be quiet. Booker, you can roll perception for initiative if you just want to like wade into the fray, or you can try to keep it quiet and roll stealth for initiative if you want.
I'll do stealth also.
Stealth for initiative, all right. Zach, and Zinderel, you guys can also roll initiative. You're across the street at this point, but we might as well get into this because it's going to get hairy real fast. You can choose. You're either going to march forward and roll perception, or you can try to stay stealthy and roll stealth for initiative. It's totally up to you.
I'm going to roll stealth. If I could double back really quick, as we were working through, I wanted to drink one of my health potions, and I just didn't get
you
that.
would have had time to do that for sure.
Would have had time, and I would also, if there's time, I was told never to take medicine on an empty stomach, so I'd eat like a scone and then do the potion.
You easily,
easily
get a scone and a scone and a potion. That's no problem.
Scone and a potion.
Yeah, we're both sitting down. We're both sitting at a table. I've got are there cupcakes, Jim? He's got a scone. I've got a cupcake, and he freshly made tea as well too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is good. Yeah. All right, drink a potion. All right, yeah. All right.
And now I'll roll that stealth.
Yeah, I'm going stealthy too. All right.
Okay.
So Zach, what did you end up with?
30.
Oh, just a 30. Huh. Honestly, why bother? Cinderella, what did you get?
I got less than him, a 27.
27 for Cinderella. And then, Doc, what are you at for stealthy initiative?
I got a 19.
19. All right. So, I'm going to roll perceptions for initiative, but I may not be going yet because my guys might not know who the heck is going on. Let's see. The zombies, pretty slow. The tough zombie is a little faster, but still slow. And then
Tough zombie.
Milsa and... All right. So, Zach. So, now keep in mind, a lot of your initiatives trigger movement. So if you wanted to, whatever movement needs to happen as part of your initiatives, keep that in mind. Because obviously, Zach, you're across the street, but if you can move for free, you might be quite a bit closer.
Yeah. So I get to draw my weapon, and
Okay.
I get to move 10 feet as a free action on my first turn.
Gotcha.
So
Nice.
I moved 10
So-
feet. Is that crossing the street?
What we'll do is we'll put you basically right outside the door. And we'll just say that's where your first turn starts, and then now you can move as normal. Do whatever you're going to do as normal.
Wonderful.
If you want to maintain stealth, remember that you're moving at half speed, but if you want to just get into it, by all means, just get into it.
I'm gonna probably see these two beings chanting up there.
Yep.
So I'm gonna roll one more stealth.
Gotcha.
One more stealth into the building for a 22.
All right, I got to double check one thing because these guys are a little bit craftier than your average zombie, so they may be able to see what's going down as you begin to pick your way across the theater floor. No, they are so enthralled in their own ritual that they don't seem to notice as you pick your way across the theater closer to them.
Okay. So now I've got these alchemist fires that
You sure do.
a person can just they can just throw it.
They sure can.
Throw it. Now, how far can I throw that?
I want to say that has a 20-foot range increment or a 10-foot range increment for throwing stuff. So
I gotta be within 10
and then you
feet.
start taking penalties. Yeah, they're pretty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All good. I think I'm gonna try and wait until the shooting really starts to do any chucking. If I've got a loaded weapon, I can use 2 actions to hold a 1-action thing, right?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I can use my last 2 actions to ready a shot.
To ready an action, yes. You can spend 2 actions now to ready an action that has you just decide whatever the trigger is, and then that will happen if it happens. It's 20 feet range increments, by the way, for the bombs.
20 feet. Okay. So my thing is going to be, if a zombie moves closer to me, I'm going to shoot it.
Okay. If a zombie moves closer to you, you will shoot it. And that is how you spend your last 2. So you've got a bomb in one hand, a loaded gun in the other, and you're ready to fire if anything comes for you. Zinderell. Keep in mind any extra movement you get on your first turn to position yourself, and then take your turn as normal.
For sure. For my initiative, because we did roll stealth, I get to draw my weapon. I'm also going to reach up, and actually, as you kind of look at her neck, she's got this talisman on it, and it's like in the shape of this Black Panther. She rubs it to activate this Black Panther, so I can actually move my entire speed as I'm stealthing.
Very useful.
I want to move to the corner, actually, where I am on the map, if I can.
Oh, you want it to be? You want to be? Okay, gotcha.
Yes. Is there?
Ooh,
do I notice
that.
anything?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Is there? Do I notice? Is there? There's nothing down this little alleyway where I'm at.
There's
Pretty
nothing
safe?
down there. There's nothing down
Okay.
there currently.
Okay. I'm then going to continue stealth in to this window.
Okay. Go ahead and make
And
me a
from
stealth
here, yeah, 25.
25, you get right up to the window. Nobody's spotted you. You're moving lightning fast in the shadows.
From here, can I see? I mean, it's a tiny window. Am I able to at least see this guy up here?
Let's see.
From
I would
where I'm
say.
at, do I have-
You could see that guy. You can see the guy on stage, the man on stage. You can see one of the zombies that's near one of the tables, and then across there's like a bar, and there's one of those tough looking zombies that's there that you have a beat on from your current angle.
All right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll wait there.
Okay. You do have 2 actions left.
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
ready an action if you wanted to, just like Zak did.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. I'm gonna ready an action to basically if the guy or the one that I can see up on the stage, if he notices
The man on the stage.
or if I see him notice them at all, I want to take a shot.
Yep. All right. So if he starts, once things pop off, you will get a shot on him. No problem. Zinderell. It is now the woman on stage. She's not noticed any danger yet, so she's just going to continue her chanting, and that is her turn. You can see as she's chanting and waving her arms, the symbols on a lot of the cemetery decorations are glowing and pulsing, and this like shadowy black energy is radiating off of them, filtering into the zombies that are standing nearby, feeding them dark necromantic energies. And then, Doc, it is your turn. You're currently hidden on the stairs. Your friends are getting into position. What do you do?
Start blasting, but it's up to you. I don't have any stealthy moves.
I'm looking over the staircase. Does this go upstairs at all?
Yeah, there's like a balcony up top. There's no
Okay, I
map
don't
for
wanna-
it, but there is a.
I don't want to make you do all that, but what do they look like? Are they just standing there? Just
No,
waving their
the two figures on stage. Yeah, they seem to be part of some kind. Like you don't really recognize it. You could make a religion check if you wanted to try to figure out exactly what they're doing. But they're clearly doing some kind of weird ritual that's like feeding energy to the zombies.
Okay, that's useful. I'll whisper over to Booker, and I'll be like, those things are doing something that seems to be, helping these zombies out. I think I'll look at Zak. He looks like he might be in a precarious situation if I shoot. Be smart to go up on the balcony until they start crowding the balcony. Then I'm stuck. Could I make a leap over the staircase and move here? Quiet?
Yeah, if you want to be quiet
Alright.
about it, just roll a stealth check.
I'll do that. Alright, that was a 15. Was that loud? Was that too loud?
When you land, there's a crunch of glass underneath your feet, and the zombies themselves don't seem to really react to it. But the two figures on stage like stop their chanting and zero in on the source of the sound, and they spot you clearly. The woman like raises a clawed hand up towards you and lets out this unholy shriek. And you know that now all the zombies like turn towards you and that you have been spotted. Zinderell, you hear this shriek and you can see like it's on in there. So why don't you go ahead and take your ready to action attack against the guy on stage.
Now, the other thing about my initiative as well, too, when I roll, I have something called one shot, one kill. Essentially, I can draw my firearm. Now, technically, it says on your first turn. Technically, this is it's a held action. Would this still count as part of my first turn?
It gets fuzzy. I like it. I mean, especially because you really took your time and like waited for it. So I think it all fits perfectly. Like, go ahead and get that bonus for sure.
Okay, so what it does is whenever I hit something on my first turn, my first shot deals an additional d6 worth of damage.
Nice.
Going for a shot. Come on! Headshot the rot. Oh! Dang it. Probably not headshotting that rot. That's only a 14.
Now he's not aware of you, so he's flat-footed. So let me double check his armor class, which is why is it not like? Where is it? Where is it?
0. Perfect.
It's not 0.
It's 0.
You sure?
Absolutely.
I don't know that it's listed here. Like, I don't know. Oh wait, no, because it's a different page. My bad. No, even flat-footed. So your shot like pings off one of the decorations, and does not quite drive home.
Wait, can I feel heroic and actually hold my breath and use my hero point?
In an alternate universe, that shot ricochets harmlessly off the decorations on stage. But in this universe, what happens?
In this universe, that's so much better! That's a 26!
26!
Yeah!
And because they're flat-footed, that is going to be a critical hit.
Yeah, that's deadly! Ah!
Yeah!
Oh, nasty. All right, here we go. Oh, I kind of like it. That is going to be 15 points of damage. The precision shot does not double, I believe. 15 right to that dude.
You take off, like, the lower half of his jaw just explodes. He reels backwards. His chanting certainly stops. And he's like looking around wildly now, sees the shattered window and you standing outside of it, but you have devastated him. He is not in a good spot, but he's still up, still on his feet. And that was actually part of Doc's turn. So Doc, you actually still have 2 actions left. You just noticed that you have alerted these undead to your presence.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take a shot at this one with my dueling pistol.
Alrighty, go ahead and take that shot.
We're gonna make it happen. That is an 18. Does that hit?
An 18 because they're still flat-footed. Or no, because yeah. So that would they're not flat-footed to you, unfortunately. So that is still a hit though. Oh yeah, I didn't realize these guys had such terrible AC, but they do. So yeah, 18.
Wonderful.
It's not pretty, but it's a hit.
Wonderful.
I mean,
I'm gonna go ahead, and that is a 6. That is 6 points of piercing damage.
6 points of piercing damage. After Zinderell nearly blasts its head off, you put the final bullet right through this guy's heart, and he falls over before he can even fully take in what's happening around him. He just falls to the ground, but as he does, this black, shadowy energy that is coalescing in his body seems to explode outward. Luckily, you guys are too far away for it to wash over you, but you get the feeling that that could have been. You don't want to know what would have happened if it had touched you. The other zombies, though, that are in the area seem to be almost bolstered as the shadow like falls over them. And you do have 1 action left.
How far is that? 5, 10, 15? I think I'm too far, so I'm gonna go ahead and move here. Now
All
I'll
right,
say,
so
Zack,
you
Zack.
just leap over.
Yeah, Zack, let's get it together. Whew, we're in it now. And that'll be my turn.
All right. Excellent turns, Doc. Booker, you are up next.
Yes. I cannot move for some reason, but if I could go there, that'd be great. I cannot grab my little icon.
Let me double check.
That's right.
Oh, that's why.
My permissions.
You should be able to move now. I gave you your permission.
Wonderful.
You can move now.
Excellent. Okay, so we're just blasting now. Great. And I take my gun now. It's already loaded. Time to shoot this thing. That is a 27 to hit, and I'm going for this one on the stage here.
That one on stage.
Yes.
Is
That's
it
gonna
27?
be- Yes.
27 is a critical
okay,
hit.
Sorry. Oh, was it critical?
Yeah!
I like that.
Yep, critical hit for
Uh,
27.
Great, so that's 7, 8, 9 times 2. That's 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage.
Shoo-wee.
You take, like, she has a giant hole in her chest. This is like you can actually like see through her, and like gore is dripping down all over her dress now. It's not pretty. She is barely being held together by whatever malicious energy is keeping her up and animated is barely holding together. I believe you've only used 2
like
actions
it.
so far.
I'll reload my last action, and as my free action, I'm just gonna like fling that. I still have the I guess I still have the window or something. I just fling it behind me, like whoops, don't need this anymore.
Shot the window behind you.
It shatters everywhere.
Zombies start to move now. Yep, she already did her thing. So yeah, it's zombie turn. The tough zombies are going to start to shamble forward to protect their masters, but they're going to have to take both actions that they have to shamble on up. One is going to move right up next to Zach. The other tough
I shoot
is
it.
going to have to... Yep, that's right. You actually get
Oh,
to trigger
yeah.
your shot as it moves.
21.
21 is a hit.
And it's still set to slashing. So
Alright.
that'll do 3 points of damage, and I guess technically I take that because I'm within 5 feet.
You would have the movement triggered the shot, so you would have shot before it actually got to you, so you won't take that splash damage. But you will shred some of its flesh as it gets right up next to you. Now, unfortunately, it had to take 2 strides to get to you because you're far away, and these guys are slow, so they can't do much of anything else. The other tough zombie is going to do the exact same thing, but head towards Booker, and unfortunately have to stride twice to get to Booker. So they can't do anything, but they do get up in your face. Then the little zombies are going to start their slow movement towards you all. One is going to move right up next to Booker, sort of penning him in. Another is going to move right up next to Zach. And another is going to move right up next to the old Doc. These zombies will get attacks. One of them is going to attack Doc. Doc, that is an even 20 to hit.
Woo! That hits.
5 points of bludgeoning damage as the zombie slams into you. Zach, one of them marches right up next to you and tries to hit. That is a leaner. And that is a 14, so I know that's no good. And then Booker, I got one shot coming at you. That is going to be, 27. Sorry, 26.
Oh, I hate
Oh,
That's still
jeez.
going to get you. A lucky roll. That is going to be 7 points of damage to Booker as the zombie gets in there and just slams him right in the back of the head.
Alright. It's fine. It's fine.
That is the end of round 1. Zach. What do you do?
Well, there's kind of a whole bunch of zombies in front of me now.
No doubt about it.
So I'm going to I'm gonna kind of like move around this one to like right here,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna shoot the big one with my gun
No, like you do.
with a rapid reload, or the risky one.
Risky reload.
So who knows what can happen? Here we go.
Hopefully good things.
This might not be good. Well, maybe 16?
Not quite gonna do it.
Oh, no!
They're more powerful.
Now, just out of curiosity, what's so risky about your reload?
So my gun misfires
And
is now kind of like, broken-ish.
Oh no!
Oh, like broken?
So because it's a cobbled together gun,
Oh no. That's right.
Yeah. So now I have to roll a flat check if I ever even want to hit.
That is correct. So you guys watch as Zack like lines up the perfect shot, about to put down this horrible undead creature, and then a whole bunch. He like tips forward a little bit too much, and a bunch of knives like just fall out of his gun, and he fires at the floor in a reflexive move, and then like the gun sort of like the barrel jams. It's a whole mess, and your gun misfires. It's an automatic critical failure. And indeed, every attack you make now comes with a DC 5 flat check, and on a failure, your attack automatically critically fails. Good times. Hey, after the risk you took, you technically have one action left.
Yeah. And I think I'm gonna use it to go. I want to try and hide behind the bar.
Okay, you get over there, and you can get over there, and then next round you can take an action to like take cover and hide. But basically, right now you're just kind of behind the bar as
That
your
works.
third action for the round. Zinderel, you see Zack sort of. He does that thing he does sometimes, and then scampers out of sight, leaving you to figure out what your next move is. Right now, you don't really have a good shot on anybody from that window.
Yeah. I was gonna reload really quick. I'm gonna take a 5-foot step to here. Oops.
Okay.
I'll move this direction, and then I want to try the one. Let me see if I can have line of sight onto. Yeah, could I hit this guy right here?
Any of the zombies. Yep. So you shift to the opposite corner of that window, and you can see them all. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a shot at that one. Bam! Oh, it's a miss. It's only a 14.
14? Zombies are not hard to hit. That is actually a hit.
Oh, that one
Zombies is easy.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's only the bigger
Nice.
guys that were up on the stage that are harder to hit.
All right, that's only
The tough
3.
one I shot at.
Yeah.
3 points of damage, but hey, it's not nothing. It's not a miss. You didn't misfire your
It's
gun.
damage.
That's the important thing.
Yes.
Damage.
All right. You shifted, you reloaded, you fired. We move on now to this lady on stage.
It's my turn.
She's upset. There's a giant hole in her torso. She's not having it anymore, and she's feeling pretty bad overall. So what she's going to do is just step forward. Let's see, she's going to hop down off the stage, move forward about 20 feet. And as she's doing that, she like levels her crooked finger right at you, Booker, after you blasted a hole in her chest, and she just says, "Die!" And this horrible, shadowy blast of energy comes out, and I need you to make a fortitude save.
What about my zombie shield in front of me? This lady zombie.
That zombie is not going to be a problem.
For anything?
No, you just gotta make a save.
Oh no!
Listen, I did roll a 1. But I have a +8. Does that mean anything? I'm gonna use my hero point. Actually, I have my hero point left.
You have your hero point.
Okay. That's a little sticky. That's 19 total.
19 total is a success. So instead of taking double damage, you'll take half damage.
Thank you.
Let's see. You take 6 points of negative energy damage as this thing just tries to like suck the life out of your body. And that was 2 actions to cast that spell. So we move on from her turn to Doc's turn.
Whew. I see this happen, and that is extremely annoying. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to get out of their way.
Sure.
I'm going to back up. I want to go here.
All right,
But
so you just
I wanna
shift
do
over
it
the
in-
side.
I want to do it in a way where I'm not going to get smacked up, so I go around the table, and I do want to shoot
Sure.
at them. Yeah, absolutely want to shoot at them.
Who are you going to shoot at?
I'm going to shoot at Madam Screams a Lot. All
Madam
right.
Screams a Lot. Sounds good.
All right, first hit with there's a actually, yeah. I need to go ahead and do my. I'm gonna take my shot, and then after that, I'll do my dual weapon reload, so I'll have more
Gotcha.
for next time. I have one more, I believe. How far away am I? Oh my goodness!
Her 25 feet.
I have to step forward one more time.
Okay.
Ooh.
I think you would have the
This
movement
isn't-
speed. Because you could move.
Oh,
yeah,
I could
you,
do
you
this.
have movement speed to get closer. Yeah, for sure.
I can move here. I have 25 movement, so I think this is
Yeah,
what I'll
that'll
have
get
to
you within
do.
25. Yeah, now you're 25 feet away
Ooh.
from her.
Okay.
You have to be 20 feet
I
away?
still have to get closer. How far is if I move just straight across, would I be able to get past them without some attacks of
Yeah,
opportunity or
So the thing about these zombies is they can't take you know like they're too slow to take reactions at all, so they cannot make attacks of opportunity. So you don't have to worry about those at all. Yeah.
all right,
So
I'm
you
gonna
can
go
easily
right
get
there.
there. You just dance
know,
right
it's
around
just-
them. They can't do anything.
Perfect. I get so nervous. I'm like, oh man, they're gonna smack me up. But all right. So I'm gonna move there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and shoot. And
Mhm.
that's a natural 20. That's a natural 20.
Heyo.
Thank goodness. So that with that dueling pistol is a 32, and I'm gonna go
That's
ahead
a critical hit
and
for sure.
that is going, and that's a fatal. So I add a 1d10 on that as well. So it's a 2d6 plus 2, 5. So we got 12, and that 1d10. I'm gonna go ahead and roll it right here. Oh my goodness, such a good day. And that's we go ahead and add that 15 total.
15 is enough. She was already barely cobbled together with hate and malice and dark magic, and then you just put a bullet right between her eyes, and it's lights out for this lady screams a lot. She falls to the ground. As she does, there's that same burst of negative energy, and unfortunately, y'all are in range of it. Yes, all of you are. So I'm going to need a fortitude save from everyone.
Ooh.
But I'm outside,
Everybody
Jim.
make sure all your weapons
Yeah,
are loaded so you don't
Hachi.
have to get close. Alright. See what we
And-
get here.
Is that bad?
As a fortitude, it's
26, Jim.
17.
Very good. 17 is not good.
Fire.
17 is a failure.
Yeah, I definitely failed that. I got a 10. Fine.
Failure. And then Zach.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got a
oh
10
my
too.
goodness. I lied. I got a 24. I didn't add at all.
Oh, yeah, you do have to add your bonuses. All right.
I was like, look at me. My
when-
fortitude's plus 7. 24. All right.
Zach, and Booker, you are both going to take 4 points of negative energy damage. And then Zinderell and Doc, you are going to take 2 points of negative energy damage as this
Cool.
blast of shadow energy washes over all of you.
Not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's all good. You guys are fine.
Hey,
As that's
fine.
happening, the glowing decorations on stage with all of the like unholy symbols that are sort of shimmering and casting off this light go completely dark. And as they do, all of the zombies in the theater drop as if puppets with their strings cut. They just fall down and they don't move. Everything goes
Oh.
completely silent as they just lie there. You take a careful peek out the window and you see the whole street is just littered with bodies. All of the zombies now on the ground, completely inert, apparently dead. Apparently, striking down these two, whatever they were, was enough to break whatever horrible curse they were afflicting the town with. A few minutes passes, and a couple of uniformed figures come marching up the street. They're running around. Guns drawn, but they're too late to really be of much help. Just a casual glance at their uniforms, and you can see that these are shield marshals of Alkenstar, basically local law enforcement. Some of them are bloody. They look like they've been in battles of their own, but they weren't able to quite get here in time to stop this before you could finish it yourselves. One of them, a woman, bursts into the theater, looks at all of you standing there amidst all the corpses, and what happened here? What is this?
We saved the day, obviously.
It was a massacre.
Nods to the lot of you and says, all right. Well, we're gonna need you to make statements, I guess. I guess I should thank you. My name's... I'm one of the shield marshals here. It's Sergeant Cashenvale. I guess on behalf of the people of Alkenstar, I guess I owe you thanks. I don't really know how to...
Wes? A hot meal.
Cupcakes. That too.
Some new
That's
clothes,
just
because
in the
mine
window.
are filthy. Yeah, you're peeking out the window.
Yeah, I'm just from outside.
Yeah, we need more than a lot more than just your thanks.
No, of course. Alkenstar, we take care of those that help out the town. We'll... Sorry, I'm kind of reacting on my feet, but of course, you can stay in town for free. Pick an establishment of your choice, and we'll make arrangements to have your stay covered. And we'll put out... I think we can get you accommodations and probably a small, modest reward for the trouble of saving the people.
I like the sound of that.
As long as we can stay in the hotel that that key belongs to, and I sort of point over at the key that we had taken from the guy in the green vest at the very beginning.
Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
I hold it up.
Of course, yes. We'll make arrangements right away. You can absolutely stay there. I guess we're going to take statements. I hope you're not thinking of leaving town in the next day or two. We're going to need statements from each of you. We're going to go and clear the rest of the buildings here and make sure everybody's okay. But thanks for your help. You've really done Alkenstar a great service today. And then she goes outside. She starts ordering the other shield marshals around, getting them into position, making sure everything's okay, clearing the buildings, making sure that none of the corpses out on the street look ready to stand up and bite anybody, leaving you all alone in the theater. What do you do?
I look around at the bodies, because this is a medical phenomenon to me. I'll start to study a little bit. And I'll look at the 2 corpses as well that were up on the stage.
Sure. You're looking around. Do you have religion trained by any chance?
I do not believe so. I do not think I have that trained. I could try anyway.
Yeah, you could just make a roll and see what happens.
Let's why not? Let's see what happens. All right,
Wisdom base.
that is a dirty 20. Dirty
20. So looking around, you're not quite certain what happened here, but you know it was bad. You can tell that the woman who's lying on the floor, she has a symbol that looks very much like a symbol of Pharasma around her neck, but it looks like it's been desecrated. And typically Pharasma shepherds souls to the other side. Anathema is undead.
Right.
Sorry, undead are anathema to Pharasma. Absolutely hates the idea of creating it, but apparently this woman was twisting some sort of ritual, actually creating more undead, pulling souls from the boneyard and animating corpses around her. For what purpose remains unclear, but it was certainly a foul and dark ritual. But luckily, it is now over. Luckily, you were able to stop it. And now that this danger has passed, you have the key to your former employer's room. You have accommodations where he was staying, and hopefully you'll be able to find the map he spoke of that will lead you to the greatest treasure in the realm. But that is a tale for another time, because this one is over. You've done it. You saved Alkenstar. It's over. You shot the zombies in the head.
Bluey!
Awesome. Bluey!
And some of us shot the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you shot the floor. Well, that was
Not
it.
me.
That was a good time, guys. It was fun. I have not seen the Gunslinger in action at all. I hadn't done any of the playtest stuff, and I haven't played any other games with the Gunslinger, so it was really fun to get to test out the rules and see it all work out. It was a whole party. Like I've never played a game with a party of all one class of characters, so it was really interesting to see how they
That is
provided
so
different
interesting.
builds and how the different builds can interact with each other. It was pretty cool. All of you out there
how they
watching,
can-
thanks. What's that?
I was gonna say, and how they can all hurt each other.
And how they can already. I did not
Yeah.
expect. I didn't
Yeah.
expect the blast radius on those guns to be as harmful to you as they were, but it actually is a lot. Like it was pretty significant.
You know, as an experienced gunslinger, I would know to back up. You know, it's normal. It's definitely a
moment.
very interesting style. Yeah, I love it.
It's definitely something you got to get used to. But it was a good time. Thanks for playing with me, guys. I had a good time. I hope you had a good time too. All of you out there watching, thanks for sticking with us through all of this. It was a lot of fun. We hope that you had fun. If you want to play through this adventure, it is for sale. You go to Paizo.com. You can go. It is Headshot the Rot. It comes with all of these characters, or the pre-generated characters that come with the adventure. So you don't have to make your own characters if you don't want to. But if you've also purchased Guns and Gears and you want to make your own third-level gunslinger to play through this, by all means, go for it. All the rules are available. That's the Guns and Gears book, and Headshot the Rot is the adventure. We've got a ton more great stuff coming from Paizo in the coming days. I think. Oh, yep. Nice. There's Zach. We actually just got like an updated version of Zach like today that I gave you, Nathan. I was like, here's your new character sheet. They updated it. Again, that's all
It's
on
great.
Paizo.com. Check all that out. We hope you also enjoyed the Demiplane interview for the Nexus that is coming out. That is going to be an excellent online tool for anybody looking to get into Pathfinder. I can't wait. I cannot wait for a totally digital tracker for everything. That is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
That's all I've got for all of y'all. We're out of here, guys. We're done. We're getting out of here. I need to go to bed. I'm tired. So we'll
Thank
see y'all
for
next
playing.
time. Thanks for playing.
Bye,
Thanks for
guys.
sticking with it. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all later. All right, everybody.
Bye, friends.
Bye.